Here we are. Can we use this as a little and looks like a little. I really can't tell because the camera's messed up. Or it just might be. Oh yeah, it's the screen cover. Ooh. I'm supposed to be better now. I'll take it off right now so the camera can see me. So this whole time the camera, this thing right here is on there. Look at it now. It's right on there. That's how you probably can see me. Look like my camera's really messed up. How pretty my hair is. I'm thinking like it deserves like a part probably. Maybe it is. I think a right part. Right here. Right. If my hair had more bang, it should be like kind of cute. Anyways, so yes, we can have a fast time. I just want to get the Popeyes. And they're saying it's nice, comfy sports bra. I got from Amazon. It's holding everything. See, everything's being held in fact. I can't really see anything. It looks pretty good. Everything's like open. So I just wanted to respond to some of the things that this person is saying. I follow this. I recovered one of my other channels also, but I recovered this channel, and um, so I didn't respond to anybody's comments. I just had to get through it. I had to get through it. All right, sorry, I just get distracted. It's so hard to get distracted. It's so easy to get distracted here. So let's see. Right now, is I have to say what I have to say. It's Will Smith versus Will Smith versus Lil Wayne right now. Because Will Smith just dropped a new album, yo, and then like Lil Wayne dropped the Carter Six, and like everybody's like the Carter Six is whack, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I listen to Carter Six, so I'm just like, I get a glass of water, like you know, like what the fuck, but like. Will Smith, I don't know, maybe because it is Will Smith, maybe because it's like the lore, like it's the aura, you know what I'm saying? The aura is that you're getting from like Will Smith right now. It's because he's like, you know what Will Smith's been going through, his life, and like, you know what I mean? And then it's just like him to throw down this music and it'd be so hard, make you feel like, oh, he was like, man, I'm gonna go in about my life and my healing journey. And that's what I like about this the most about like his music. You can hear the growth in his music, and it's like, how's he growing? And it's like almost like good to see him like grow at an older age too. But you don't hear the growth from Weezy. You don't hear the growth. You don't hear like it's like he talking about shit. You're just like, aren't you like 50? Like Weezy, nobody trying to do that with you no more, bro. You're lame. You're old. Like you're somebody's like the people my age are literally would date or married or you know what I mean? Like can you imagine if like you were Lil Wayne's daughter, right? Daughter's like boss or something. Like you work there, you're like, oh wow, your father's is Weezy? Like yeah, your father's Weezy. Like it'd be kind of cool, but it'd be kind of like lame. Like oh, that's your dad though. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of lame. In some aspect of it's kind of lame. So when he says like all these things that he used to do, like it's kind of lame, you know. Like for example, like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg smokes weed. He makes weed songs. That's true, but he doesn't make weed songs when it comes to like, oh, we got like you know a lot of fucking weed, or we got a specific strain. Like we got Dazal. Like we ain't never had good weed before. No, like his songs about weed are like, oh, I'm smoking like a really strong weed, and you only can do this where I come from. Because where I come from, you know what I'm saying, we do this. We smoke weed, we sell it, like all that shit. So it's like when you hear Snoop Dogg's new song and it has some weed in it or something in that type shit, you be like, okay, because he knows how to like level that shit up. It's constantly moving it forward. But like Lil Wayne just kind of like, it's almost kind of like AI made this shit. Like, is this real? Is it AI? Like, I swear to God, I feel like AI made that shit. That shit is not real. Like, I don't know. But it seems like, for sure, like I don't know. I just love the flow. And that's another thing too. Like nobody wants that Lil Wayne. For nobody's ready. But Lil Wayne like went with those double entendre like metaphors and shit. Back in the day, it was cool because we were already on his tip. We were literally already on his tip. You know what I mean? Like we were really like, oh man, I fucking like love Lil Wayne, And then like he would come with these. Like I remember on Monsters Park, they had him freestyle for a little bit, and he like was like, cut the music off, cut the music off. And he tried to MC that shit, and everybody just kind of sit there and look and try to look deep and shit, like look deep, you know what I'm saying? And try to feel deep about it, like try to understand what the fuck he was saying. And that shit was cool, but back in the day, but now it's like it's not because that shit died, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like the lore of Lil Wayne kind of like moved forward with all the little other littles that started SoundCloud rappers, and the SoundCloud fucking scene changed the game and made it more party like and more like rave like, and then just introduced different elements of music to be introduced into hip hop. At the time it was seen as whack because a lot of them were like street dudes and shit, like street hip hop. So it was like that's what that shit was about. But then it just got like lame because I'm saying Lil Wayne nowadays is like you're listening to it and you're just like I don't care that you're like. I don't know, rhyming with using spaghetti, right? In a sentence like 5 different times and rhyming with it, and using it metaphorically, using it as a physical reference, and using it as a fucking like an animated reference. Like we get a whole picture now. We're getting motion in our motion picture in our head and shit about what you're saying, and then like that most picture is supposed to be a metaphor, not literal. Like you get what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to do all that hard work and shit anymore when it comes to like listening to music. Like. At all, like that shit. I want that shit to relate to me, and that's it. Like I want to vibe out or let that shit relate to me, and that's it. Like that's all I want to do. So that's why I'm just looking like, man, like, nah, Lil Wayne's album is just kind of trash. But yeah, I just had to say that shit. I listened to people make fun of Will Smith's freestyle, and I think it was kind of fire. I mean, I don't think it was like great. It wasn't, it wasn't super MC, but I liked it for what it was because it just it wasn't overpowering. It wasn't like he was trying to be something he's not, I mean, really, because that's what he's been famous for, if you think about it. Like, he even said when he first became famous and a rapper and all this shit, like, he really was just like MCing over the beat, over the mic that, Jazzy Jeff was like making and shit. And they were making like beats and concerts and shit. So it wasn't like they were making music on some like other shit. They were making music just kind of chilling and like rapping it with it. They were like super big with it. So who cares? You know what I mean? Anyways, shit. Now that we're done with that, I just got completely ran off in a random tangent, but let's continue with the video. So let's see here. What I got. So yeah, her name is called the Level Up Guru.
It's the final days for summer savings on Coursera Plus. Get $200 off a year of access to over 10,000 learning programs.
But when you're encountering mature, confident,
she's talking about insecure people
tolerate their insecurity. And I'm going to say something for a second that some women may not like, but I have to say it.
Say it.
Ladies, nobody's responsible for your emotional instability or insecurity problems. Nobody is responsible for that. Especially a woman who is confident and secure in herself, she's not going to tolerate that part of you. Some men will. Why? Because they want to have sex with you. There's a lot of stuff about women that men tolerate because they want access to your body. That's the only reason they tolerate those things. If you didn't have sexual access for them to access, they would probably not speak to you because of the emotional instability, the insecurity, and the crash outs, right? But they deal with it because they want access to your body. That's just me being honest. But when you're encountering mature, confident, solid women, they are not sleeping with you. They don't need anything from you. So if you are presenting insecurity, problematic, you crash out every time she looks good at the birthday dinner, you make everybody uncomfortable at the wedding because she got married before you did. Mature, confident, solid women, you will be their friend today and you will be blocked on everything tomorrow because they're not going to tolerate that from you, especially if she's a woman that's going through success. You know, in my past, I used to tolerate insecure women a lot more because I was younger, less maturity, less life experience. Now that I'm getting older, I can't have anyone connected to me that is going to stunt my growth in any way. And insecure women, they stunt your growth. So the minute I notice that, I separate myself from you. And again, I hope you find confidence. That's why I started to realize with my job, I was like, I'm separate myself from them. You know, over because time, of that shit, older, I hope you start to love yourself more. I pray. That's my prayer for you to do better. However, I cannot have you connected to me because you're going to stunt my growth and we are unequally yoked. And a lot of you guys, you're connected to insecure people, you're unequally yoked, and that's why your life is chaotic.
Yeah.
I think I posted that post the other day.
That's why I was like, man, I really don't like being over here with these people, bro.
Are very chaotic.
That was an awesome, even people are poor. I remember seeing some poor guy. Like, picked up this chick and shit and took her to the tent and shit. Then, you know, push, you know what they gotta do, you know?
So
I was like, what the fuck?
Go to a job and it's a wonderful job, and the minute you have an insecure coworker, she makes the work environment unbearable. If you have an insecure mother, she's always sabotaging you in front of people. If you have an insecure boyfriend, sometimes he's always trying to destroy your career. If you have an insecure wife,
you to be insecure.
She'll pull up to the company function,
I promise you that.
And then she's gonna go up to the front desk girl that doesn't even talk to you and start saying, "Hey, do you know my husband? Hey," and she's gonna start embarrassing you in front of all of your colleagues because she's so insecure that the minute your wife sees a pretty receptionist girl, she's going to go up to her and assume that she's your work wife or something like that. Insecure people cause too many problems. They destroy family functions. They destroy dinners. They destroy work settings. They destroy really everything. You know, insecure people destroy everything. They're destructive. They're walking tornadoes. They destroy everything in their path because they're not doing the work because they're lazy. And they want you to do the work for them. So insecure people must be avoided because all they're going to do is project.
See,
do not forget to sign up for Life Monopoly.
Imagine, like, you know for a fact that God doesn't really exist, but you come and try to, like, hold that shit up, and then, like, you know, a trans woman is more attractive than you are. Then it's like you're gonna trip. You're gonna have a fucking field day, and that's what I'm saying. These people are fucking lame. That's why when I realized. Even when I was a man, y'all were like, still like this. Now I'm a trans woman, it kind of clarifies this shit more. It doesn't make me want to, like, fold or make me feel bad. It just makes me realize that these people are fucking pieces of shit. But she always talks about little cool topics. I haven't seen her channel in a while. So... Oh my God, there's some kids around here. I can hear them screaming a little bit. Hopefully they leave. And don't come around here. I don't feel like dealing with that shit. So anyways, let's continue this with another episode. Hopefully I'll get copyrighted for taking her content. I'm just responding to it because sometimes she'd be saying shit. And, I mean, it just be, like, the right shit to say, you know? Let's see what else we got. That was insecure people. Avoid the group. Why you threaten the group? Oh, shit. This is why I fired. Copyright. Hold on. There we go.
You like, or people make you feel like you don't belong, then they get angry because you just don't care about being a part of the group.
It's kind of weird because this is literally like a video. I'm watching a video about a video of somebody watching a video.
So once you stop trying to be a part of the group, when you just realize, oh, okay, these people just don't like me, and every time I come around, y'all throw the nastiest energy at me, I just don't come around anymore. Then they get even angrier, bro. Send flying monkeys, say the nastiest comments, and they go out of their way to get your attention for no reason, bro. And they'd be like, I left the group.
Exactly. That's why I don't like those people.
Put it on a
They're
leash.
weird like that. That's what they fucking do. Like literally,
Keep
like that's why
You're
people.
flying.
That's why I say I leave Texas. It's like that's really weird. That's not good. How you fucking leave? And that's when I realized, was like, do that shit. They be shooting up gay
The
clubs
most
and shit.
annoying
You
thing
doing it like
ever
they got
is
away
it's
from
like,
you motherfuckers, and y'all motherfuckers came
you want
after.
me to want your
Oh, y'all
approval,
some weirdos.
and then I don't. And then when
It's
I
because
don't want your
the
approval,
reality of that
you're
shit,
starting
something
smear
wrong with it, it's
campaigns.
fake.
So it's
And
like
they're forcing
you
that shit.
can't
You feel
win,
kinda
ladies
like,
and gentlemen.
Oh,
You
why
can't
do I have
win
to
when it
fucking do
comes
this
to the
shit? And they
collective.
can't do that. They don't have to do that shit.
They hate you for belonging, and they hate you for not belonging. So you might as well not belong and succeed.
Exactly.
And align
Not
yourself
belong,
with the right
succeed. Exactly.
Because the masses want you at their mercies. At their mercy seat. Don't forget to follow Scar on
They
TikTok.
do.
Let's keep it going on this
I can't do
particular
somebody came over here
subject.
right now. They
I
try
don't
to
wanna
fucking
be a
say,
part
you're not
of
supposed to
a
be here. What are you doing here? Blah, 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 blah. And that's why you
I don't
feel you
do
feel
groups.
weird coming. You're in here. Somebody call you
And
boss.
make
Or
sure
like tries to talk
that
to you like
you are keeping your
that calls you boss or tries to talk to you like you're the mature adult in the situation or some shit. And you're looking at them like, I mean, I'm just kind of surviving. Whatever comes my way, whatever opportunity I take it, you know, assets, I try to fucking, you know, keep them. Things like that. Like you just use common sense with the shit. Like things that make sense. You know, that's all it is. You're not like a fucking genius. You don't have the keys to the castle. You don't know really what's going on. You know, you're not in charge. So like, calm down, you know? I just don't like that shit. And it's really sad because you can tell people think that when they hit a certain age, they're going to just know it. It's just going to happen for them. And it's like, it's not going to happen. You know? So.
flying monkey on a leash. Nobody gets hated on more than the person that does not care to belong. It's almost as though people will use your desire to belong against you. Once the masses know that you desire to belong, they can use that as leverage to do horrible things. Oh, she wants to belong, we're gonna haze her. He wants to belong, we're gonna bully him into submission. Oh, she wants to belong to the friend group, to the girl group. We're gonna shade her every day at brunch. When people know that you desire to belong, you've given them all the power.
Yeah, that's why
they
call me sir all the time. At this point, I don't even care, but they'll still call me sir.
They're done.
It's like
they're
okay.
Done. When they know that your care to belong is obsolete, now the flying monkeys have to start. Now they have to start that. Because what else can we do? She doesn't care about us.
Well, you might get fired.
For that matter.
Wow.
And that's when they start going the extra mile. A lot of you guys, people started going the extra mile when they realized that you didn't really give it in. And you were going to do your thing regardless and live your life regardless. And they're like, you know what? We can't use her or him desiring to belong against her or him. Let's start throwing the flying monkeys. Oh, so you need backup. No, that's not true. I just wanted to. No, you need backup. No, that's not what it is. I wanted to figure out what she felt. No. You need backup. That's what you needed. You needed backup for the smear campaigns. You needed backup for the bullying. You need backup, man. You need backup. You always need backup. You can't stand alone. You needed backup. And that's very unfortunate. Now, people who have the group think mentality, these are people who are kind of like, they move to the left, I move to the left. They move to the right, I move to the right. Front, back, side, jump out high. It's like you always need some type of manual by the collective in order to get ahead. And that makes you very weak. That you always need a manual and you need to follow what other people do in order for you to know where you fit in.
I'm at the point right now, I want to do my own thing. I want to be a rock star.
Here's the thing about
rock star in life, like this.
People who have the spirit of leadership
do not
align themselves to
you blow
because
glass
the minute
right
you get in
outside
a group,
the fucking truck.
you might as well put a chain around your arm and chain yourself to a cage because you won't have any freedom.
I can't do this
because
anymore.
anytime you're in a group, you are now subject to align yourself with the limitation of the people that are within that group. Okay? Now, the crazy part about being an independent person is the people that are a part of the group are going to have a problem with your ability to stand alone. This happens a lot in the community of women. Women always think that the girl that stands alone is like stuck up or thinks that she's superior. But in a way, she may be a little bit superior because she doesn't need backup. She doesn't need to check in with 50 other women about gossip to be a bully.
And it brings me to like
to start being a damn bully.
These are the people be done.
When she can just stand on her own 2 feet and give her own reactions without checking in with the group members. You want to know what this reminds me of?
That's why women leaders.
When I was in high school, this girl didn't like me because all of her friends because one of her friends didn't like me.
You know what I'm saying?
And then once me and her friend became friends, we became cool. We patched up the issue. She thought that now me and her. And I said, no, ma'am. And she said, oh, what? I said, no. You chose to treat me badly because of her. You tried to involve yourself. But now that me and her are friends, you think that automatically means me and you are friends. No, ma'am. You are responsible for yourself and your own actions. You wanted to be her shadow. But now that me and her are cool, that does not mean that me and you are cool. You need to learn how to separate yourself and be your own individual person. And that's always the biggest challenge in the community of women is individuality. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with groups in totality. I have a lot of groups. I provide a lot of groups for my subscribers and for the amazing supporter of this channel so we can have a beautiful community or a safe space. However, I encourage individuality. I encourage everybody to be an individual. We don't have to all be the same. And you are smart enough and wise enough to make your own decisions. No, but you thought that you were going to take me and her's drama upon yourself, even though it had nothing to do with you. Because you can't think on your own. You have no backbone. You need backup all the time. And now that me and her patched up our issue, now you think that automatically means me and you are cool. No, you are not living your life as an individual. You're living your life as a group member. When you are a person that stands on your own 2 feet, people who have a lot of integrity tend to stand on their own 2 feet as well. I've noticed that. People who have integrity knows that they're going to speak out when they see something that's wrong, no matter who the person is that's imposing the negative behavior. There are many people that I have loved. And we were in the same spaces, and they thought that if they did something incorrect, I wasn't going to say anything. I would say, listen, I love you. But that was out of line. Because I'm still an individual at the end of the day. I will never lose my individuality to belong to anything. So if something doesn't make sense, I'm going to say it. And if you don't want to talk to me after that, that's fine. But I do not attach myself to groupthink mentalities. And sometimes that can be intimidating for certain people. Because when you're not a part of the group, and when you're not a part of the group, that's why it's hard for you to do. Like, if I talk to them, I sound smarter than them, they'd be like, oh. People see you as you're not gonna threatening bullshit. Because what? There's no mind control. Yeah. A lot of women don't know how to think for themselves. I've noticed that. You really want to control your life. You're always looking for somebody else to piggyback on. Man, be yourself. And if those women are truly your friends, they will respect your individuality. And they will respect your individual views, because being an individual is part of being an adult. We are responsible for ourselves. We are responsible for our lives.
You know, that's how you notice that shit, though.
I think that's why there's always a lot of drama and female friendship groups, because nobody's thinking for themselves. Everybody is following the group leader. And because of that, other relationships are being tarnished in the process. We see that on reality
TV. Trying to be this perfect
whoever the popular girl is beefing with, everybody's beefing with that girl too. Even if that girl did nothing to them, they will still beef with her because the group leader or the team leader of the group is beefing with her. That's why I don't do friend groups. I don't do groups of women as friends. Because I'm not gonna lower myself to that catty high school behavior. I'm my own person, and I will make my own assessments. I will make my own judgments. Right?
It's a little simple part,
but not in a group, not in groups. In groups, you don't have a line girl.
They just get to hear
and
this moment. Okay. This is like.
Do not forget to sign up for Life Monopoly. Okay, we have 6 months.
I just watched it and finger combed it. I think it needs a good like. I got 2 strands with it. I think it's not enough. What do y'all think? Yeah, if I got stretched, like you get to like you get it washed, and then you blow dry it. All right, really do a little damp, and then like you get like rollers and shit, and you put them on there, something like that. Not rollers, they're called. They're like something you just clamp on there and like it stays. So yes, to the side part. Right? Like, great. What's up, Murph? It's cool to see you again. It's been forever. It just be you and me. Let's continue.
Can you work as a travel advisor without quitting your job?
I don't know. So yeah, I just think about it like that's reflective real quick because like that's what happened like literally when like I was at you know when I was at work like it was crazy. It was like basically I'm gonna say this real quick like when I got there was another manager girl and yeah she was talking mad shit, and it was just like constantly talking shit about the company and how she want to live by herself, and like, a lot of women were always doing that. They get the job and they're talking mad shit. A lot of people would do that, talk mad shit about the job, but I don't know. I understand what she means by all that ganging up and all that shit. Like yeah, like they did that shit, like because one of them is trans, but the motherfucker hides it, so I want to say she, out of like honor of transness, because she's trans. Because what happened was I wore this bra right here, and it's kind of see-through when I wear like tight shirts. And so when you're wearing like the uniform you have to wear at work and shit, it's just the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? So you're wearing that, maybe a tank top, maybe a white tee over it, but And so like I don't know. I got 32 C's. I got C cups. These are C cups. It's probably because I'm just a big ass bitch in the first place, and so like what I'm saying. But, so I'm wearing this shit at work, and then like people are seeing the bra, and they're like, "Oh shit, you got titties." And it's crazy because it's like if I wasn't wearing a bra, they'd still see my titties. Probably even more because they see the nipple, they see everything, the outline, the jiggling. You know what I'm saying? But when I wear a bra, that's when they want to like, man, what the fuck? You must have said he's wearing a bra. Like that should be making me so angry. I'd be looking like, I can't do with y'all niggas. You're mentally ill. Like, you're just mentally ill. Like, that's sick. I'm sorry. Like, that's just a sickness I can't help. But anyways. Hello, my friend, a long time. It has been a long time. Like, I completely, like, lost my damn... I don't know if you saw my last video of my life, but it's like, I literally just lost the account. Like, running across the freeway and shit, and then my phone fucking fell. And, of course... It's a 4-lane fucking freeway here in Houston, so that shit was just it was done. It was Simba, you know what I'm saying? It was Simba from Lion King. So I was like, shit. That was going on. And for some, Google is like they're just a pain in the ass sometimes. They're like, no, you gotta get the exact device and go in there and unlock your account. And I'm like, yo, it's gone. Like I'm trying to figure out, like, you're just go to the options, and you're just like, yo, it's gone. Just go. It's over. Let it go. It's almost like that one meme and shit where, like, Vince McMahon is just like going like this and shit and crying and shit, like for real. Like I was like, I was so dead. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my god, it's over. Call it. But no, like so then like when I bought this new phone and shit, motherfucker was like, we'll just make a whole new account. And I did that shit real quick, so I was like, okay, cool. And it was nice because I don't know, just having like a nice fresh email with nothing on it, and like, you know, so I was like, I'm using this shit. And I didn't know how to get this account back. So finally I kinda like set up all my devices that had my like information on it, and I just like somehow I made it work. It was just like I had all my devices. Like I bought a second phone, that's why I'm using this one right here. And then like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had my tablet. So I opened up all those devices and like tried to use them all simultaneously, and somehow I kind of like unlocked it just by verification. Like I remember the tablet from a long time ago. So like use the tablet, and the tablet connected to the phone, and the phone connected to the tablet, and then they kind of like awoke the shit and then woke up the account. And that shit was cool. So that's like how I got back. But it took me like that long because I just wasn't paying attention. I was trying to do that shit. I was working, trying to survive. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, there's always something happening in my life, to be honest with you. I've never really had like peace. Like honestly, this week would probably been the first week I had some actual peace, like on some real shit. Like my money was starting to stack, everything was going good. W2CC, probably a C, but the number is inches around it. Okay, probably 42. Probably. I've never really like shit. I mean, you know, I don't know, with these sizes sometimes it just be like you'll buy one size from a company and they'll be like, yeah, especially online, and it's like, oh, it's this, but then like you'll buy it like something else from another company and it's like super small. Like I bought this same type of bra from different companies and like literally like they were all super small. I was like, what the hell's going on? So I don't know, like, you know, I'm still like getting used to buying like girls' clothes. In a sense, I haven't really, you know, I am very poor. Like I'm homeless. Like I'm extremely poor, so I'm not even in the position to be doing something like this. And losing my job is kind of making me feel like insecure right now a little bit. You know, when it comes to like my situation, I don't want to like, you know, be fucked up. So, anyways, but thank you. I probably should check that out though. Sure. I just wanted to say something about one of the people that I have at work. So like one person in particular that stands out is just like this one person. I'm not gonna say any names, of course, just in case they might see it. And it was like, so I'm running this bra. Motherfucker sees it. Everybody's giving me hell about it. Customers are fucking like, you know, losing their shit. They're having a whole, you know, temper tantrum and shit. And so I'm getting the fuck out of the fucking front. I'm going to the back. They don't want me in the back because they're like, we're not trying to be around the fucking tranny either. What the fuck? So, you know, but the motherfucker comes up to me from behind me and rests their chest right on like my back and shit, like, right over here. And I feel it. I'm like, oh, that's a titty. Like, that's a whole titty. And the thing was, I knew the motherfucker was extremely feminine. Sometimes I'd see them kind of wear, like, I thought it was like girls' pants or skinny jeans or some shit. The motherfucker looking like tight and thick, you know, tight ankles, thick thighs. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe there's something going on there, but I can't really put my finger on it. I don't want to just judge a motherfucker. So, you know, in percent's obviously male with the beard and shit. So I'm thinking like, okay, like it's whatever. But motherfucker's extremely motherfucking feminine, flamboyant, giving off fierce energy, extremely angry person. I ain't gonna lie. At least that's what, you know, the work makes them do. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, literally like, okay, whatever. And then that happened, and it's just like, oh, okay. So you've been on hormones. And based on, I ain't gonna lie, based off the way I felt the titty, like I could just imagine what, like, when the motherfucker rested the titty on me, it was like I felt like, okay, so it kind of pancaked, right? The titty was like a little bit more flat. It's an older motherfucker. They're in their 40s, you know, probably their 40s. I know they had a little gray hair going on there. So I was just thinking like, okay, like, so basically you detransitioned or some shit like that, or you're stealth, but in like boy mode, you know? And I'm thinking like, well, I'm not trying to do that. And like, this is the new age. And like, I don't know. It was just like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, you know, like I just kind of feel like I'm not gonna sit here and do that. Like my brain doesn't even know how to like all the way. Like I understand you're supposed to boy mode and shit, right? But like I don't know how to boy mode. Like that's to me is like I don't get it, you know? And it's like there's a reason why you wear the push-up bra, you know what I'm saying? Because you want these hoes to fucking like, you know what I'm saying, to stand up perky and shit. You don't want them to be like flat and shit, like what the fuck, you know? You want them to have like that perfectly round shape and shit. And so to keep them that way, you have to make sure you wear bras and shit. Like it's cool to fucking not wear a bra and shit, but like not to the point where like of that. And like even compressing, like what the fuck they call that shit? Like I forget right now, it just escapes me. But you know, like, you know, studs doing all that shit, like what the fuck, bitch? Like I just think that shit is the most unhealthiest shit you could possibly do to your fucking breasts. Like, is sit there and fucking, like, based off of all the trans women that have natural breasts and I see them, and they you know, I watch their videos or whatever, and they, like, you know, are talking about what to do, and, you know, you have large breasts, and I also watch other videos, even, like, tutorial type of class type videos, you know, of women and how to treat like large breasts and how to do massages to stimulate the growth and all that good shit. Like you just don't fucking get something that's going to sit here and just push on your chest and just like that's just it's okay to massage the chest and deal with it that way, but you're not supposed to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like be just it's just too much. I trusted Walmart because they got a fitting room. Online is boo boo. For bras, because different sizes for different places in the world. That's true. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like I think this right here was like 30, maybe $40. But then like I try to buy different brands because you know trying to be cheap and shit. The Chinese shit was not okay. The Chinese shit, like let me tell you something. Don't do that. But yeah, it was like some Chinese shit. The Chinese shit. Shit was doing okay. I'm gonna like wash my clothes and I'm gonna like start wearing clothes. It's gonna be really weird because like, so I that dumpster dive one night and like I basically found a whole bunch of girls' clothes at Macy's. So I got some like casual, cool type shit. Got like a t-shirt dress right now. It's weird because like it's the only clothing I have right now because the rest of my clothes is dirty as fuck. And you clean out the storage unit, but yeah, that's just like it's kind of cool. Kind of cool having this out of nowhere, especially when you don't really know what to do, like you're like clothing wise, or like I don't know what I should do, like style wise, or like you're like I don't know, but I don't really want to be like. To be honest, I don't even want to be like an influencer that like constantly give you like I don't know, like all these looks and shit and pretending like my life is glitz and glam. You know what I'm saying? I really want to be an influencer that just like, you know, somebody you can just talk to type shit. Say you should have to go buy what you shouldn't, or you shouldn't have to go boy mode unless you live where you live and go through what you've been through. I mean, I'm not the first person. They don't like the fact that we're coming out. I'm going to say it like this. They don't like the fact that we're coming out. And I know that now. They don't like that shit. It's just, it's kind of hard to put the fairy fairy back in the bottle. It's really hard. It's really hard because, like, how are you going to sit here and tell the world that, like, you know, we exist and then, like, not expect people to be like, oh, they exist. You know what I'm saying? You know? That's something that makes it, like, really awkward. Like, I can remember, like, a couple of years ago, I remember seeing a trans person on the bus, and I couldn't tell they were a boy or girl. And I think about it now, and I realize maybe they were just a trans woman that was like in stealth, because a lot of times it's sad because on TikTok, which I actually am fucking TikTok a lot more now. I might try fucking TikTok because I don't think I'm connected to the company. It's just that I have a lot of people's numbers, and they have my number. And you have TikTok, your number is gonna be on. Like if you have a list of, you know what I'm saying, and you go on TikTok, that's the people gonna be on that shit. And so it's like it's kind of awkward. I don't like that shit. Like if I have your number right for a professional reason, and then because like TikTok's coming from my phone now, it's synthesized in my phone, like it's going through my contacts, and then like because of the number, I get your account, and like you're like shaking your ass on fucking TikTok. That's kind of awkward, you know. Okay, so that's why I was like, I never really wanted to post on TikTok. I still don't want to post on TikTok. But I don't be like one of these TikTokers and shit. But I think I might have to. I honestly like TikTok, but at the same time, I just think that like it's a little slow the attention span. I miss these like talks. You can kind of see like TikTok's influence now on like YouTube. Like YouTube's kind of like losing its lackluster. It's just throwing like these shorts at you, and I love shorts. I really do love shorts. I love shorts because they're short, but like sometimes you want that shit to linger. You want to be able to watch a good 3 minutes, like a 4 minute video. You know what I'm saying? About some shit, at least. You know, so, but yeah, what was I about to say? Shit. There's so much to talk about. But yeah, you're right. You're totally right. And then, like, it's crazy because, like, I'm really planning to move to, like, Lakewood, Colorado. I'm probably going to go visit Boulder in California. But yeah, that's where I'm probably gonna go. Those are one of the safe zones for like trans women. Remember I told you like probably like last year, I think we talked about it, we were like, oh, like where can I go? And we're like San Francisco. I mean that's kind of obvious, but like, you know, like right now, if you're trying to flee Texas, you know what I'm saying, as a trans person, they have like these like refugee camps or like refugee states, as they're calling it. Refugee states for like trans women, and that's where I'm gonna go. Like I looked at the top 5 ones, and that's the place I'm gonna go. But I got like the top 10 list and shit too. So right now I'm going to Colorado because it's the closest state, and plus it's kind of giving me that South vibe. You know what I'm saying? I want that Southern vibe or that simple type of vibe. So it's gonna be kind of cool for me. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. I like sceneries. I like chill vibes and chill people. And I think that's what I'm gonna get because they're like saying like it doesn't really. It's not like that New York vibe or anything else. But they said the money is expensive over there. Which is true, and I've heard the same thing about Austin. That's what made me scared to go to Austin for a while too. Like people were like, "Oh, it's expensive out there." I don't, bro. I came in with a broken down car. You get what I'm saying? And $300 in my pocket. I think I'll be okay if I clean my cars right. And I wasn't trying to work. So imagine me now, like no locks. You know what I'm saying? Right, but I'm trans now, but like you know, and I'm just like trying to work and like you know. And like, you know, I feel like when you're just trying to work and shit, I feel like when you're trans, and I feel like you're dealing with like higher society people. Like, there's one girl on TikTok, I saw her, and she like worked for Austin bus system. And that's all I'd say. There's a lot of black trans women I've seen that work for the bus system. You know? So it's like, they don't be like giving her fucking, she ain't got to go to work every day and do a transphobia. But I'm just gonna say I'm working at Little Caesars. Of course, I'm fucking gonna do a fucking transphobia. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like stupid shit. I don't even care. That's why it's time for me to move in, just move on completely. You know, this storyline is done. You know, and I'm scared, but I'm not scared at all anymore because I know now, like I don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't need to be here. Like even where I'm at, like growing up in AV, Houston, Texas, it's like it's such a like place where somebody has kids. So if they saw a trans, if I was a cis person, and I'm raising my kids in like a low income fucking suburb type shit, I would definitely be a little freaked out if I saw a tranny because I'd be like, why are you here though? You know what I'm saying? Like you're a whole tranny though. Like that's crazy. You know, but they don't understand like I grew up here too and I'm just trying to fucking make it out like them, you know. They're not trying to make it out, you know? Shit, what'd you say else was going on? Goddamn. Hey. It says you gotta save money and get out of there. For sure. That's what I didn't do. I was just like saving money. but why wasn't I saving money? So many cataclysmic shits. Like, first came back here, and I mean, the money I got from Little Caesars, like, honestly, you know, just trying to get your life back together. Like, you know, buy phones, and buy things for yourself that you just, like, I don't know how to explain it, like a whole wardrobe, and, like, you know, you're kind of like traversing through life and you have to live it conveniently because you're trying to fucking, like, go, I'm not explaining this shit. You're trying to, like, make the money, you know, and it requires you to, like, do things during the day, and, like, those things, you know what I'm saying, require you to need things, and then you end up needing those things conveniently, and so, like, you use the money that you're gonna get for that shit, and so it kind of, like, puts you in, like, in so much in with debt, you know, in a sense, but even not really, just even, like, in real time, you know, you're using that money and shit. Like, for example, like, if you get paid and shit, and you're sitting here using that money, and you're trying to go to work every single day for the next week, and you're getting coffees or some shit, like, that's what I'm saying, like, shit like that, like, you're using the money you're supposed to be saving and shit, and then by the next week, now you don't have that money anymore, and now you have fresh new money, and that's kind of like how you end up living paycheck to paycheck. It ain't like you just, like, you get what I'm saying? It ain't like you out here just, I don't know, like, you fucking up. You, like, you know, people say they can't sit and save money, or they have problems saving money or holding on to money. That's not because that shit requires you to live below your means. And if you're already in a struggling position, there's no way for you to live below your means. Like, right now, like, I lost my job and shit. I haven't worked in a week. It's like I literally am sitting here, like, dumpster that I'm digging through the trash right now because, like, I literally need to do this. If I do not do this, if I don't, like, right now, tonight, if I don't literally get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go dig through the trash before the trash cans get all the fucking food and all that shit, I will not have nothing to eat tomorrow. Then I have to go out of my pocket and to pay for food that I don't have conveniently. You get what I'm saying? And so that's what happened. You know what I mean? Like, the grocery stores sell food that you can make in these appliances that they sell for homes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to fucking, for me, when I'm in the position I'm in, I'm probably gonna have to go eat fast food. You know what I'm saying? More or less. And so I can eat struggle meal food, but even then, struggle meal food is better when it's even cooked. So it's like I can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a really bad position. And I realize that now, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like sometimes, and that's why I feel like kind of schizophrenic lately, and I'm having like symptoms. It's just because, like, I deal with so much, and this is what happens to people here in Houston. I've seen it. Like, I've lived here my whole life. I've been homeless here for over 10 years on and off the streets. I can honestly tell you, I've seen it all. That's how I'm able to do this. I don't think there's any other tranny, you know what I'm saying, that can sit here and motherfucking be homeless in a ghetto ass city like this and shit. Like, nobody can do this shit. I'm the only person, and I think that's what I fucking get, like, props for. I think that's why they had to fucking go get the corporate office and everybody to get me down, to take me down, because they knew, like, this motherfucker's too smart. And it's kind of crazy because my dad always told me that shit. He was like, oh, it's Nigerians, you know, they just know we, like, you know what I'm saying, the scam artist type shit. They know we know how to fucking, like, find the loopholes and shit and, like, get in there, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I digress. I'm just saying, though. But yeah, like, that's what literally just happened. It was just like, you know, but it was just one by one. Just trying to make shit happen with his money and everything. Like, for example, I guess maybe the hormones. I really think it's the hormones, but, like, I kind of, like, I was working 5 days a week, and I had to, like, literally tell them to stop. I had to work 3 to 4 days a week because it was just like I was too tired. I couldn't take care of myself, and, you know, I felt my muscles and everything kind of like atrophy. I don't know if you can even tell they kind of look atrophy. You can tell, like, look at it. I don't know if sometimes it looks kind of nasty. Don't sorry, don't get my like. But I'm 32 years old, so, like, I got that motherfucking auntie fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that auntie fat right there. Look at that shit. When I was a guy, I didn't have that type of fat. Like, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? That's great auntie fat. That's all auntie fat right there. You know what I'm saying? Big mama type fat. So it's like, I'm like, what the fuck? I got big mama fat on me now? So, like, yeah, I got the big mama fat. You know what I'm saying? And the muscles are, like, getting weaker. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, it is what it is. You know? I'm thugging it out right now. That's why I haven't shaved. I've been trying to get electrolysis, but that shit's moolah. Straight moolah. I ain't gonna hold you. And I'm in survival mode right now, so, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really tripping too much. That is the next step, like I said before. Like, I get some new glasses because, you know, I gotta see. Honestly, these ones are like 2 seconds from, like, being just falling apart, like, honestly. I'm scared for these to like fall apart any minute. But I think everything's gonna be working out. Like once I move, I already looked up the bus ticket today. One thing I for sure want to do though, besides just get out, is definitely I just want to like level up. Like that's one thing I really want to do. I just want to get a higher paying job and solidify that shit just to pay the bills. But I also want to do my own thing. I have this very strong desire to do my own thing because I just don't. I'm tired of corporate America in general. Like working for other people is just not my thing. I can't do that shit. You know, I'm an INFP. I'm a creative in general. I mean, even if I'm not okay, for example, I guess and then in a sense I'm agnostic. I had to be honest with myself. I'm not really atheist. I don't want to be agnostic because I feel like that's kind of like a cop out, and you're on the fence. But I'm really agnostic with it, and my preferred religion for my agnosticness, I would say, is honestly like Rasta and shit, as it's more of a spiritual path, like Buddhism, in that regard. And so, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, basically my religion is even, like, to be creative and do your own path, is to be, like, you know, conquering lion and all that shit. So it's like, I have to, like, do that, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do that. I just can't. Like, my mind, and it's fucked up, like I was saying before, like, I use that energy, and it's funny because that it's like, you know, the law of attraction in that regard. Like, I want to be successful in life. You know, I'm like Rolo Viking is like, you want the gods to see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want the gods to notice you. And he's like, they do notice me. No, they don't. And they don't because you were still walking in the shadow of your brother Ragnar. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. That's how I kind of feel like right now for myself. Like, I feel like I literally be like, the shit, and people fucking know him and shit. And when I say they know him and shit, like, they be like, wow. Like, even when I was a teenager, I used to play like tuba and shit in high school and shit. Now, like, when I go to contests, people be like, man, this motherfucker came from like the hood ass school. Well, not the hood school, but you know what I'm saying. In regards to what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Playing fucking instruments and shit, you know? But they're like, oh, motherfucker came from a hood ass black school, minority school, and no, they have, you know what I'm saying? They got no money over there. They broke and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's kind of what happened. Like it was like that type of shit. But this motherfucker came in that hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfucker was one of the 5th best players in Texas. You know what I'm saying? At the time, like motherfucker was in that hoe. I remember being on the fucking shit. They that fucking, I was like fucking 10 tuba players and shit. I was number 5 in that. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like, what? That's why everybody was like, kind of like intimidated by me because like I remember that shit was not beside me being a big black guy. It was just kind of like, what the fuck? I was always in my zone and I always was that way. That's why I ended up quitting because I just couldn't conform. Especially you already know. I went to a fucking black school, so it was like drumline and shit. I was just, yo, I'll say it, what band? What's up? Like, hell nah. And I wasn't into that shit. I came from fucking like that classical shit, that white people shit, you know, where it was the whole orchestra and fucking actually using the wand and shit. Now I'm fucking, you know what I'm saying, dancing with the shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like, blowing the whistle and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like, nah. Too much. Sometimes that's what probably my first culture shock when I realized, oh, you're not black. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're black, but you're not black. You know what I'm saying? You're not that black. You know what I'm saying? Like, just calm down. You're black, dude, but you're not that black. And there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, though, but, yeah. So I'm looking at Colorado. I was gonna go to California, but I'm watching the news right now. Immigrants are not really fucking, mostly Hispanics, they're not really feeling what the fucking government's doing with this new bill that's passed or whatever. It's funny because, like, I don't know, I feel like this bill that's being passed, to me personally, it's like, that's just stupid as fuck. It's not even important. Like, it really isn't. Like, if you make your own money, and you know the company that you're with is good, and you know that the companies that you use or whatever for your, you know, utilities and your housing and all that shit is like they're legit, then you're fucking good. Like, you're not gonna worry about shit. Like, it's all the people that fucking like It's funny because it's all the people that literally needed like assistance from the government. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the past, like I feel like the government, because I remember the government got to a point where it was just like handing out checks to motherfuckers for everything and anything. And then it got to a point where they just stopped doing that shit. And I think it started with like 2008 and the Obama administration and the war of Iraq and the debt and shit like that, the national debt and all this shit. I think that's what really started the whole shit. And student loans. I think that was really what happened and shit. It was like all a part of the same thing. You got this water. Water. Man. Let's go back to what the lady said. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Like, you have to, I'm gonna start traveling again. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna be just moving. I'm gonna be moving, man. I'm so serious because I feel like, man, you can get a better job. And I started realizing so much. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, my brain just kind of opened up, like, with shit. And I started realizing, like, it's not that hard. Just go to another city, fucking apply for jobs and shit, get one and shit, and just be fucking. That's it, and just save your money up. And that's kind of the reason why I'm like, I'm probably gonna stop smoking weed and shit. But even then, I was like, I don't want to stop smoking weed. Stop going fucking ham and cheese. Like, I always spend like $200 on fucking weed because I'm a fucking little brat with that shit. I mean, right now I'm like, I got like fucking like 4 different strains. I'm sitting on 4 different ounces and shit. Like, of course I like concentrates. I got fucking vapes and shit. Of course, you know what I'm saying? I'm more like other shit. And so like I buy all this shit and it's like stupid as fuck. And then like I buy varieties. I buy CBD. I like all this shit now is just THCA. I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it simple. I'm old school. I like to smoke flowers, so I smoke fucking joints and shit. Like, I gotta smoke joints. It's crazy. Even like right now, like the THC vapes are like $20 and shit, and like that's so fucking cheap. And it's like you really can buy that shit and just get it for like a whole month, which is pretty cheap. But then it's like my fucking bitch ass gotta go buy a $40 fucking ounce because I can't. I'm a fucking OG smoker. Like, I grew up smoking blunts and joints. Like, I'm not gonna not smoke blunts and joints. You know? But anyways, I just want to move on. Like, I'll get a job right now where I don't have to smoke and shit. But I'll get the job, but I probably just smoke on the weekends. It's just that random drug test shit that's kind of scary. What happened with your pizza shop? It didn't work out. It's really hard to save when you really getting by. I understand completely. Yeah, I mean, nothing. I mean, really, to be honest with you, I mean, to talk about this shit, confidential, they say. I don't give a fuck. I mean, they just, basically, I started ringing up fucking orders for myself, which you're not supposed to do that shit. And I'm ringing up orders, right? And I'm not paying the full price. So if it's like a $4 fucking item, I'm ringing it up at like $2. I'm ringing it up at like, you know what I'm saying, $3. And then like you're not supposed to have like a 50-cent discount. It's not a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just ringing shit up just how I want to ring it up, basically. Because I'm trying to save money and shit. Yeah, pretty much I lost a job. They called the motherfuckers in the corporate office and I came in to work on Monday and they were just like, "Oh, can I talk to you?" And I was like, "Whoa." I knew they were there to fire somebody because I mean that's the only way that guy ever comes. But it was just like, I was not prepared for it to be me. I was like, what the fuck? And because like I've worked at so many stores and I worked with people from so many different stores. And you know, you just work with all different people and shit, and it's like nobody. I remember like they were like, "Okay, I want to buy pizza." And shit. I mean, nobody cares. I mean, I remember I fucking ran up a lady's pizza, and I ring up 2 fucking pizzas. She got 2 pizzas. I did that shit just because I was kind of risen on her. I was still kind of in male fucking programming, so I was like, "Oh my god, she's like a beautiful dark-skinned black woman and shit. I'm a beautiful dark-skinned black man." Like. And you know, you started crushing on each other and shit, and you're needy and shit like that was happening. But it was like, you know, when you're up for like 2 pieces of shit. Nobody said shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's because I did it consistently, and based on my education, I think they probably have an AI system, and the AI system was picking up like faulties and was like, they're not even like the right prices and shit. And probably were, you know what I'm saying, like got a hold of the fucking administration and they came down and be like, what the fuck? So they suspended me and they were like, okay, here's like this referral and I'm supposed to like write a whole case and they're supposed to give it to the corporate office. And they were telling me that like, you know, that what that was doing was called theft and that like they were going to press charges and they're going to get me arrested and shit. So like they're going to just suspend me right now and then like they're going to bring the case to the corporate office and shit and see if they're going to give me like they give it like a week and shit, and you should be able to call back and see if you still have your job or not. I'm like, what the fuck? That's what they fucking told me. I'm thinking the whole time like, nigga, like $2, like $2. Shut the fuck up, bro. God, that's how you want to do this shit. Whatever, bro. So I just went and played along and shit. I knew what it was. Motherfuckers, some smile on my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers know. It's like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna just say it like this. When you're black, okay, and you come from the suburbs, and you've heard about slavery shit, you see some movies or whatever the fuck, and you go to the South, and you go to certain areas in the hood, and you find out, like, police officers, teachers, like, and, like, administrative people, and you see them get angry at young black people and shit, or just black people in general, in some type of subordinate situation, it'd be like some slavery ass shit. And you'd be fucking feeling that shit. You'd be feeling that shit and you just feel like, ugh. Even if it's black people that's in the fucking administrative shit. Because I think what happened was one lady, she came down. We got a new store manager, right? This is like my 4th store manager in 3 months. We get a new store manager. The motherfucker, somehow, one of these days, he doesn't tell us, right, if she's supposed to do this shit. Usually they do this shit. The corporate office is coming. They don't touch shit. You know, he didn't clean up shit. He didn't do shit. She got angry at everybody. She was just like pointing the shit out. And I don't know. I tried to introduce myself because she came out of nowhere. So I was like, already like in that bitch, like throwing pizzas in that motherfucker, like fast as fuck, going fast. Like you know, in the middle of the raging battle, you know what I'm saying? The fierceness of it. True Viking ass shit. I was in there like just throwing like 17 pizzas on boxes, just cutting them up, you know what I'm saying? Because they buying them like a dime a piece, you feel me? As well as Caesars. So I'm sitting here like sweating, working hard, and then all I hear is yelling and shit, and I fucking like, after I'm like, you know, I'm moving fast, so I turn around, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Because I'm thinking like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what the fuck going on. Really, I'm trying to see what the fuck going on. I'm thinking maybe you might be an angry customer. You know, motherfuckers is ghetto as shit. So I'm thinking that's what it is. And like, nah, I recognize it's the corporate lady. And then I don't have no choice to just be like, hello, what's going on? I have like a pan in one hand, a spatula in the other hand, and I got one earphone in and shit. She looked at me in complete shock. Like she had never seen something like I was from her worst nightmare. And then she just was like, what the hell? She's like to me, like she's like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? She's just going off and shit. And I was just like, oh, like my earphones? I was like, what the hell? I'm thinking like, you know, like I'm thinking, looking at her like, but I ain't give her that shit. So I did it for like 3 seconds. Like it's like a certain second where you don't hesitate, where you don't like, you know, you don't act like you're like stupid or you're less than or you're not competent. You know, they want that reaction out of you, that fear. Oh, it's my job. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And you looking like, no, motherfucker, I'm not gonna do it. You know why? Because look what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, we're at a pizza shop. Bitch, I'm fucking chucking pizzas and shit. I'm doing it. Like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. What more do you want from me? You know? It's like they want your heart and soul, and I'm not going to give you my heart and soul for $9 an hour. Like, just fucking die, you demon. Like, that's crazy, you know? So these people are too much. And that's why I had to realize, I'm just like, I gotta do my own thing, because even if you were like, man, I'm gonna be a fucking loser, I'm working at McDonald's for the rest of my life, they're gonna find a way to fire you and make you a fucking bum. So you don't be happy, at least, to some degree. That's how evil the people are. And actually, I noticed that's what it comes down. I had to come to the conclusion that's how corporate America is. And it's like, corporate America already sucks in general, and then you got these people in hell that are fucking so miserable that that's what they do. And that is nuts to me. And so that's why I'm like, I don't fuck around anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck around anymore. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. It says, what happens? Okay, it says, you should stop the hormones till you get where you want to be. Then you can afford good ones that won't give you side effects like you said, your face in the first screen. Yeah, like I was like 2 days. I was just like 2 days of this shit. Yeah, that's what happens and shit. Like, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of trans girls have this problem in general. I don't really know. I'm just taking peripheral Mirifica right now. Like I said, because I live in Texas. I haven't really went to like the whatchamacallit clinics. I just saw like actually like another called trans girl said, I thought that's just called free consent or some shit. Clinic, the one in Houston, but it's like, it's not about, for me, I don't think I'm in that position anymore. You know, I feel like, okay, I could do that shit, but that would basically mean I'd basically have to transition later in my life. You know what I'm saying? And if I transition later in my life, when is it going to be? I'm already 32 years old. I'm homeless. When do you think I'm going to be in a position where I'm okay enough to, like, do that shit? And then, on top of that, it's like, how am I going to do that shit? That's the reason why I started this in the first place. You know, I started transitioning because and taking these hormones. And that's the only thing that fucking really is the only difference for me now. You know what I mean? Like, it's the fact that I look a little bit more visibly trans. You know what I'm saying? And I really mean that. I look a little bit more visibly trans. The way these hormones work, it takes like double the amount of time. So where I'm at right now, I've been taking hormones for like about a year. I am basically where a regular trans woman would be if she was taking like, you know, spironolactone or some other shit, right? At 6 months. You know, and in 6 months you see some good fucking work. But that's a whole year. That's 6 months of work. You get what I'm saying? When I was taking this shit, the first week, people were already like, you're a tranny. Like, and I did not change anything. So it's not me, you know what I'm saying? It's these people. You know what I'm saying? And you really got to just get away from people that are like this. You know what I mean? Like, that's the first thing. That's the first one. And I didn't know that. Like, that's why when I moved to Austin, I thought I'm going to be around, you know, more mature people because they have more money, you know, it's more liberal. I'm thinking this, that, and third. But, like, you know, what it comes down to is there's many different aspects that come down to. But what it comes down to is what it comes down to. And, you know, that's why a lot of trans women get into these situations because it can't be helped, you know? It cannot be helped, you know? It's just the way the world is. It's the way things are going on. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little less, I feel like I'm a lot more fortunate, you get what I'm saying, to, I don't know, I feel like I'm a little more fortunate to not have to sit here and suck a dick. But at the same time, like, I be still wanting to suck a dick. So, like, I'd rather just get paid to suck a dick than to suck a dick. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, I don't want to be, like, the McDonald's of dick sucking. I don't want to fucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to goddamn, you know, I really don't want a whole, like, rotation of, like, you know, niggas going through the drive-thru and shit type shit. Like, that's gonna fuck me up, and that's what I deal with already. Like, I literally go out here in the world. See, it's been like a long time since I've been on here. Y'all don't know, like, shit's been happening. Shit's been happening. Okay, like, I got a lot of tea. Shit, I got hibiscus. I got green. You feel me? I got Earl Grey. Cause like for real though, like shit, like it's been going down. Like if I was to leave right now, like oh God, like this before I just left for the live myself and go to gas station get my munchies, I had munchies and shit. I heated up. I was in there. I put the hoe in there immediately. Pressed 4 minutes. Only 4 minutes. And literally within those 4 minutes, I had a group of fucking Hispanic little girls, teenage girls come up to me and just like kind of kiki and shit and like laughing and shit, giggling and that little thing. And I had a young black dude literally pretend to go behind me and go get the fucking cups that were way behind my ass, so he had to get a front row fucking view. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, that's what I deal with. It's like I deal with a lot of sexual harassment from men and a lot of like kikiing from the women. And so that's what I've been dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they feel like they have more power than me. If I'm in a power position, like when I'm at work and shit, that's when it's like, oh, fuck this person. You know? And so it becomes more angry. So the men become more fucking like, you know? And then because they're down low with the shit, it's a lot of shit. I don't know. I do a lot of research, a lot of statistical research. And so many words, I'm going to just say like this. Houston is a gay city. Like, there's no trans rights here. They just have homosexual rights. So they're not even like ready. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I was younger, like 15 years ago, when I was smoking weed and I was learning about weed and I was like, okay, there's sativas and indicas and I was learning all types of shit. Like, these niggas weren't learning shit. That's why I'm the only person in Houston probably that smokes a paper. Like, oh God, like, motherfuckers are smoking willows. You know what I'm saying? Like, switch your house for days. Like, they're not going to stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't care about the information. They don't like none of this shit. And that's why I really am not like them. Like, it's crazy. You know, and I don't expect to be like anybody else either, because living in big cities like this, you meet other people from big cities and from different countries and shit. And it's like, everybody's the same. Like, people that are normies are trying to do the same. And they're just not going to get it. You know, and I feel like I've a lot look at the abyss, you know, and I have that like dark side to myself. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I know what you mean. Like when you say I should probably stop hormones, though. I think I know what you mean now with you saying that shit, because I just feel like I should sometimes. I feel like, should I do that shit? Is it all for nothing and shit? But the reason why I say I cannot stop doing hormones, I would say for the first reason, gender dysphoria. This is not like a like, you know, I'm gonna just be honest with you, like, gender dysphoria. You know how they say like, oh, depression can look like this, but it also look like this. That's how gender dysphoria is. It could literally look like anything, but what, you know, it's the same shit. Like, it could look like, oh, like you just don't feel comfortable in your body, and you just want. You know what I'm saying? But then there's sometimes where you don't feel comfortable with your body, but you don't know it because you haven't done nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know you've been raised your whole life to literally, like, hide that shit. You know what I'm saying? And to, like, revel in the opposite or opposition of it. And so, like, it's hard for you to fucking express those things. That's the reason why a lot of us have gender dysphoria, because we like want to be feminine or express ourselves feminine, but we don't know how. And so that's why the hormones are there. They give us that emotional connection, that physical, tangible embodiment of what it means to be feminine. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why it's like we do that shit. You know, and so it's like, this is who we are. You know, and it's just a part of who we are. Like, I don't know how to explain that shit. It's like with Rasta. It's like what Bama said, it's not about when I became a Rasta, it's when I grew up. You know what I'm saying? It's about when you grow the fuck up and you realize who you are. That's what we watching the Level Up guru and shit and talking about this shit. Like, it's about who you are. Like, I'm not saying a little shit and it sounds a little fucking childish, but it's true. Like, I go on TikTok and it's like, I see fucking trans bitches in that shit all the time. These motherfuckers is living in apartments, they take by their makeup, they're good. Like, why can't I be good too? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not finna, you know, play this with these people. Like, some people are this and some people are that. Some people don't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Houston is a gay city. So, a lot of the men that are attracted to me, like, maybe like, how do I explain this? I would say the men that try to come off as feminine. I would say that, yeah. The men that try to come off as feminine. Not the men that are feminine, but the men that try to come off as feminine. Because I can tell now. Almost, I feel like because when you transition, I feel like you can just see all the different shit. You can just because I can just okay, that's a butch queen. You get what I'm saying? And then you meet somebody who's like, oh, that's a down low nigga. Oh, you're like a cross dresser and shit. Like, but you don't get because you can feel because like it's like each energy. Like everybody takes the energy of a trans woman and they fucking like exacerbate it or blow it up based off of their own shit. It's almost like you become a martyr and shit, like the messiah for like the LGBT, but like based off how everybody want to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Again, you become like the leader of like the queer community, any type of queerness and shit. And anything is queerness. I mean, I want shit. Motherfuckers say, fanning yourself, doing this shit. It can be hot as shit. Hot as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing that shit is seen as feminine. That's a traditionally feminine thing to do. Men are not supposed to do that shit. You're not supposed to wipe your sweat off your fucking brow. Like, what the fuck? Just drowning in your own sweat, just drowning and shit. Like, what the sweat is it? These are the men that don't even wash their ass because they're scared that it's like they, like that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, you know, that's the funny thing about it. It's like when you are gay, you probably grew up and niggas tried to scare you with gay shit. Like, oh, niggas gonna try to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And you were like, you were like, in the back of your mind, you knew you're not supposed to like that shit. So you acted like, okay, that was the initial thing because you did what you were told, you did what you were taught. But then afterwards, it lingered with you, and you were thinking like, honestly, I mean, what if I wanted to do that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like that comes to your mind. But why? Because like you wanted to do that shit. If you were not taught to hate that shit, you would just been like, you probably would have been like, shit, hell yeah. Or maybe you'd have been like, I don't know, I don't care. I don't even know. So, you know, that's how that shit be like. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know. But anyway, let's see what you guys say. Oh my God. So you were taking the herbals or something else? Just the herbals, like just the herbals, that's what I'm saying. Oh, but McDonald's and weed. I'm telling you, this shit right here, better to do it right and then in something place with a buddy or two for sport the way it should be, you know? That's what I'm saying. But like in Houston, it's like, oh my God, Houston is just, it's Houston. It's like that video. I wish I could show you guys this video. I found this shit made me laugh my ass off. It was some rapper and he said he like lost everything. He was in a trailer park with no shirt on, like just like this shit. That nigga was like screaming at the top of his lungs, like it's niggas. He's like all these niggas from Memphis, from Houston, from Atlanta, like it's just niggas. I'm like, yes, it's niggas, bro. Like you said, like trying to like find some trans girls or queer support. Like no, they're niggas. Like they're going to like. I don't know how to explain this shit, but it's like that's why I'm leaving because it's like I'm just so done. Like you can't find a roommate here. Motherfuckers is too selfish. Everybody here wants to find a husband or a wife, land a nice corporate job and shit, and have a whole bunch of kids and buy a whole bunch of land. But they don't know like that shit's not like real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had to figure that out first. That's why I go kind of crazy and I started saying to myself, like, this isn't real. And I started saying that shit for like a while, like a month. I was like, man, this ain't real. Nothing's real. Nothing's real. And I don't know why I was saying that shit, but now I'm seeing why it's like, yes, because like that aspect, that prospect isn't a reality. The practicality of that shit, is that going on? No. What is actually going on? And then you look at all these things that are happening and shit, maybe these isolated incidences, but when you look at it in totality, what does it equal out to? It's stupid shit. And then you can kind of like pinpoint exactly, you know, people say like, oh, this is how this town is and shit, this is how this city is. That's what they do. Like they can pinpoint shit. And so because I grew up, and then you have to realize I came from a narcissistic abusive household. My parents are fucking Nigerian. If you know anything about Nigerian parents, I mean, they make fun of shit all the time on TikTok. You see how controlling they fucking are. It's like, that is reality though. Like we can sit here and laugh about it and shit like that, but in reality, that shit's abusive. It's psychological scarring. It's not okay. It's bad. Like, you know, like I had to get the fuck out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to get the fuck out of that shit. And so that's the reason why I'm like, I couldn't do none of that shit anymore. I had to get out of there. And so now that I'm free and I got out of there, which I realize is a pattern, people, Have you ever seen that movie, The Stepfather and shit? There's one scene, I think, when the daughter was talking to her therapist, and she was like, I didn't mean to run away. And he was like, well, don't run away. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically implying, like, if you got to bounce, bro, you got to bounce. It is what it is. Like, there's a reason. See, that's healthy-minded people, but when you're taught to go against your own, you get what I'm saying? Shit, you start to fucking stare and, like, start thinking of stupid shit that's counterproductive for yourself, and you don't even realize it. It's so sad. And so, like Bob Marley said, it takes a revolution to make a solution. It's like you literally need to like do something crazy, something drastic. That's why motherfuckers be feeling suicidal and shit and homicidal. Because you're not doing something. We all watch that. I don't know if y'all seen that shit on the news and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a trans woman, I think she's like Latino or something. I'm not that sure, but she fucking stabbed the fuck out of this nigga because he wasn't fucking having it. That's what I'm saying. I'm in Texas and shit. These Latinos, bro, they be fucking like, they be the worst. Like, black people be awesome, like, get away from me, demon. White people just look at me like it's a fucking joke. I'm a fucking joke. Unless they're like poor white people, then they're like fucking goddamn nigger with the shit. You can feel it. They get like extremely racist with the shit, type shit. You know what I mean? They really do. They think they immediately go lynch mode. I'm not gonna lie. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've literally been chased away like in the middle of the night just for being someplace and shit. You know what I'm saying? By a cop and like some other white guy. It's pretty fucking crazy. Like all this shit. I was like, I just can't do this shit. And it's all because I wanted to come home. I wanted to fucking like, I always felt like going back to my family. That's what happens. You always want to go back to your abusive family and shit and make sure they're all right and everything. Like, no, like, that's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen now. Like, my mom saw me on the street, like, I think like a few weeks ago at this time, and I came out to her, trans, and it was really awkward. I just told her straight up, like I told her, I didn't tell her straight up at first, honestly, but like we were in the car. She called me at a restaurant. I was buying food, and like she decided to like give me a ride to like the grocery store and get some water and shit. And then we were in there, and I can see in her eyes when she saw me from like a good distance. She could see the changes. She saw like the wider hips, she saw like the breasts and like the skin and everything, and she was kind of like, "Oh shit!" I saw her eyes had that like that googly look where it's like, you know what I mean? Like their pupils start to dilate and shit. Like it was like, oh my god, like it becomes surreal and shit. Like this is some type of different form of human and shit. Motherfucker was like, what the fuck? And then like went in the car and I was like, look, Mom, I think it's obvious that you can see the changes that are going through. And then she tried to deny it and shit. Like, what changes? I don't see anything. It looks exactly the same. And yeah, I was done having this. So I was just like, yes, Mom, I'm taking fucking hormones and shit, taking that shit. And she was like, what doctors have prescribed you fucking hormones? What the fuck? Well, you're not even shit yet. And that's what I'm saying. Like, no offense on your comment, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that comment is what I'm talking about. Like, there are certain things, like, even like the comment, like, you know, like a few months ago with like the San Francisco. Like, there's certain places and things you have to fucking, like, you gotta like have your own mind, because if you don't, you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, doing shit that motherfuckers do that's stupid. Like all the hype ass places you think, like going to New York, California. I wanted to go to Cali. I'm like, oh, it's a trans face, a safe fucking place. That sounds fucking cool. Like, it's not going down right now in Cali right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not the place you need to be. Like, the reason why I want to go to Lakewood, Colorado, specifically, is because it's right outside the Denver area. It's a suburb. I'm used to that because the same type of thing with this. And I've noticed that's what happens. These these major cities, you know what I'm saying, are not really for places that people like me need to be. People that probably want to grow a little bit of income, have like a steady level of living, just so they can like get back on their feet and have like some money in the bank and like, you know what I'm saying, some prospects in life. Like, that's not the situation. The city life is fast paced, it's the fast money. So it's like the ever changing shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? People they technically saying like Wall Street type shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to fucking like for me, it's like that's what I need. So that's why I chose. You know what I'm saying? The Lakewood, not Denver or Boulder, all these other places and shit. Because I'm not trying to go towards the height. You know, like I'm actually not trying to go towards the height. I'm in my 30s now. I had my fun, raving and out and doing all that shit and like, you know what I mean, having the buddies over. I don't even want that anymore. I really want my own shit. I want to focus on my own self. I don't want none of that shit. And so, like, it seems like impossible. But let's be honest, there's not that many people out here that have a job that work at Little Caesars and became a home manager and was homeless. You get what I'm saying? So I know I can do this shit. You see what I'm saying? I just gotta fucking put my money where my mouth is. I have to fucking goddamn stay focused and not be distracted with like other shit. And at this point, I can't be distracted. All that shit to me is fake. Like I said, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't like do all that shit. Like I'm just studying, AI systems right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm into. Because if that's the future, that's what's going on. That's literally what's happening. It helps you understand. Like I wouldn't even have known how I got fired in a sense if he didn't pull up records. And I'm like wondering, okay, if he pulled up records now, what was it exactly? Did you pull the records out? I was like, I'm thinking it's because there's an AI system probably, like the consistently. Damn, I just learned that shit. It finds errors and inconsistencies. Like if I was to ring up some shit half price, maybe like once in a while, it'd been alright. But like ringing that shit up like almost every single day, you know what I'm saying? And now you're probably like, why'd you do this shit? And it's like, don't ask. It's some situations where it's like you'd be like, fuck it. It's a moment type of shit. Like you be in the moment, like you got like fucking right. The store closes at 11, right? You're dealing with customers up the ass. It's fucking like 2 minutes to the fucking closing time. You still gotta fucking mop the floor, and the last bus is about to fucking take off after 11 in 5 minutes after 11. So it's like it's that kind of stupid shit that I was dealing with, where I'm just like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, just take whatever you want. Like you gotta like kind of just let it go. And it's funny because you don't want to get pizza out for free, right? That's like against the law, but it's like whatever, Little Caesars. But it's like, dude, take this shit, or we gonna throw it away. You know what I'm saying? And just get out so I don't have to deal with any craziness. You know what I'm saying? You just walk the door and shit, you ready to go. And that's what I was that type of shit. I was not giving a fuck. So like, and then sometimes I'm sitting here trying to save my money up like hard because I'm trying to save. And I was just like, but like, you're hungry and you're not gonna go get food. And if you do get food, I'm not gonna be honest. Everywhere I go, I get double transphobia. So I don't even like deal with people anymore that much. I try to limit that shit. And it's funny because I say that and it makes me sound like, oh, you're such a scaredy cat. But like, I look at it like, no. I look at it totally differently now. I know it sounds like kind of like too introverted, but like, just listen to me. Nobody does that shit. And then at the same time, like, I even look at it like, I look at my dad. I always remember my dad. And my dad would always like leave the house with us. And I remember thinking why, and now I know why. It's because like when you walk around and you're like intimidating to the people, you need some like softness to make you kind of look relatable or something, you know? And so we always bring the kids around because you didn't want to get harassed for being the weird old guy or, big ass black African guy at some place, you know what I'm saying? Like being around people and shit, and their kids and you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta bring people along, you know what I'm saying? So that's what people do. It's like that's why people need people and shit. But like me, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to do all that. I kind of want to get like nerdy with it. Like I don't really want to talk about, like for me, I want to either get nerdy or I want to get like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm kind of like a geek. Because I like art and shit, pop culture and shit. I also like tech and other things like that and science and shit. You know what I mean? Or science fiction. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really like who I am. But yeah, this living in Houston is not it. Like it's just really bad. It's just really bad. I walk around the places that it's like I look at them like, man, I can't believe like 2020 was crazy. I wish I filmed that shit. It was a World War II ass film and shit. I wish I filmed that shit, man. But yeah, that shit was crazy. A mass homelessness. And it's crazy how people just act like they don't know what's going on and so much. But anyways, that's one of my plans. I think I'm good. Honestly, I'm good. Trust me, I went to Austin, like I said, with a broken down car and $300 in my pocket. I'm doing way better than that now. So don't even, you know what I mean? I'm okay. I just need to make that leap. I wish I saved a little bit more money. You know what I'm saying? I really did, but it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. There's always something, and there's never enough time for me to save money. I'm barely making any money, so it's like a little paycheck to paycheck. And it's like, for example, like I fucked up, right? I was coming over here, and over here there's not that many places. I don't like using my card, right? Because my card got scammed, right? A lot of thieves out here. So I buy DoorDash. That costs a lot of money. You know, after a while, you're like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? You're buying all these DoorDashes, and it adds up. That's what I'm saying. When I had good jobs, buying DoorDash was the shit. That's the first thing. Second of all, even when I had a good job, for some reason, right, I didn't have to really DoorDash like that because I had the resources. I ended up eventually getting a car. You get what I'm saying? Things like this. So I didn't have to DoorDash for that long. But because I have a shitty ass job, it's like it's constant struggle. You get what I'm saying? You got the thieves, you got the financial thieves. Like I remember I was paying insurance payments, you know, on a car and shit that I didn't even fucking have at the time. And to be honest with you, because the papers that right now are I send it to my mom's house. They're not sending it to my mailbox. They're sending it to my mom's house, and it's like I can't go over there, or that's gonna be fucking a problem. You know, remember, you ever see Bjorn Ironside from Vikings and shit? That's like my brother and shit. Like I would not want to face my brother. This big motherfucker, fucking lughead, fucking, you know what I mean? Jock, like no fucking brains, just all brawn and shit. Motherfucker's crazy. I feel like dealing with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to leave it. I have to flee. That's what the situation is. I have to flee. And I never wanted to flee because, you know, I never wanted to, like, I wanted to get my life in order. I've always been messed up in life. Like, now you see why. It's like a spiritual thing, which I don't want to say spiritual. I don't like talking like that, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's like negative energy. You know? It's true negative energy. And a lot of us are a little older, kind of want to blame it on the transgender movement. Like maybe it's just because it's all this new shit, and maybe we shouldn't be doing this shit. But I just don't believe that shit anymore. I just kind of feel like, you know, we're grown ass adults. You know, do what you want to do. You're a grown ass fucking adult. Like, I'm not saying that just to encourage you. I'm just trying to say, like, who gives a fuck about one adult? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you know, yeah. You know, I don't know. I'm loving trans, so I can't be saying anything. But, you know, transgender people are not supposed to be real. They're not like really part of nature and all this shit, you know, whatever the fuck, right? Like, okay then. But when it comes down to it, you know, this is life. You know what I mean? This is like real life. And people are, you know, it's like when you look at a fucking National Geography book, you know? It's like all these different types of fucking people in the world, races and cultures and tribes and all this shit, religions. It's the world. Like, make it what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You have one life. Like, why go through life not fucking being the way you want to be? You know? Remember, like, when I first got this job, I was literally trying to detransition. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember when I cut my hair off and everything, and I was just like, I have to fucking do this shit, all this shit. And then I had to, like, you know, pretend to be a guy, and I had to grow the beard out. Y'all saw that shit. Y'all saw that shit. You know? And the whole time, me being overqualified, college educated at this motherfucker, I'm literally in the Google comments of the restaurant. You could go on Google at the time and literally look up and read the reviews for the restaurant I was at, and they were talking shit specifically about me. And that's because the way I reacted to them. They would come in there and be entitled, be rude, be ghetto, and I wouldn't. I set them straight. And because of that, and how I did it, because I have no power, I was just a regular cashier, fucking boy, bus boy. It's like they couldn't. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. The magic that I have, it's like, it's not okay. I'm not going to come in here and be overqualified and be treated like shit. And that's what I'm saying. It's one of those situations where you're too white for the fucking white kids. I'm sorry, you're too white for the fucking black kids, and you're too black for the white kids. Same shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're too ghetto for the suburbs, and you're too, you know what I'm saying, suburban for the ghetto. Like, that's the stupid shit. Because you are the middleman, like, you understand, like, what's going on between all shits. So that's why it's like, you gotta play that position. You can't be, the messiah. You can't be the motherfucking spokesperson. You can't be the face of the people. You can't be a serviceman. You can't be in society's face trying to talk to them about shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not even supposed to come to you. You're not supposed to tell them shit. If they don't know, they're supposed to go around and ask somebody. You get what I'm saying? Fuck, you go around, you fucking the transportation, you know what I'm saying, between all this shit, you know what I'm saying, the yayo and the money, the gangs, and what's going on, you know what's going on, all this other shit, you the middleman and what's going on, and then motherfucker want to know what's going on. You can tell motherfuckers shit, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna tell motherfuckers is ask somebody. So, like, you can go to the grapevine and get the initiations and shit, so I can trust you and shit, you be a part of this, what's going on, but you can't just, like, put yourself in what's going on. You feel me? So that's kind of how the situation is. Like, so I'm talking a lot. Let's see what it says. Oh, you're all alone. Where are you going through this alone? This ain't cool. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, honestly, I feel like I could. I feel like, honestly, that's the funniest thing. I felt like it was that Thomas Shelby so close. So close. I swear to God. I saw this trans girl. You know what I'm saying? I know she's trans. And she came in again, right, this time, and she used her lower voice, her low octave voice. And she's a little older, you know what I'm saying? Not in her early 20s, not many dolls and shit. And she's just like a regular lady. Like, she didn't look like some, like a beautiful lady or a hot lady. She just looked like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Just some Hispanic lady. And it was like, oh, like, when I found out she was trans, because when she talked and shit, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and I felt like I do that with a lot of trans women. I bring that out a lot of trans women that are hiding who they are or living stealth and all this shit. Like, they happy to see me, though. Like, they're like, okay, motherfucker. Even the dogs that don't want to be next to me because they're like, you're bricky and shit. You're a brick, like, you a whole brick and shit. I can feel the energy. You the brick, though. You know what I'm saying? That shit right there, I still be making them feel like, because it's just, I don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And I don't know how to not give a fuck. This is my personality. Like, this is who I am. Like, I don't know how to not be me. I like being me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I like being me. I don't care. I've survived without silver. I've survived without money. Like, I've been homeless with no money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is when I was in my 20s, so it's like all this I've been building up in this knowledge. I have so much knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Like I have life knowledge. You get what I'm saying? No, I'm not expecting to do too much anymore. If I go to another job, I'm not gonna sit here and try to become a manager. I'm not gonna fucking do all that shit. I'm not gonna. That's not for me. I've always wanted to become an entrepreneur. I never knew how. I mean, I went to college. That's why I dropped out. You know what I'm saying? On some like Steve Jobs type shit. I just never fucking. I have all these fucking things I can do. And we live in the technology age now. We have all these different things we can do. Like, we can do different things. It's just I haven't like put myself forward into it because I just didn't have the ambition. I didn't really know. And I never really had the spark. Well, right now I have more of the spark now because I'm starting to realize, like, these people, in this world, like, it's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't invent, like, capitalism. You know what I'm saying? You didn't invent this money and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I know that people seem like it makes you feel like all this shit, but I have to trust myself. I know what I can do and what I can't do. And some things, these things right here, I gotta do this shit because, like, like Like, I can't just be standing still with this shit and like worry about like how am I gonna fucking that shit is not important to me anymore. If I keep on asking those questions, I'm never gonna really get past it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, what'd you say here? So I think you should get out of Texas completely. Yeah, like people are literally like on social media, like asylum from Texas, trans people. You know, you see the whole Save the Dolls thing, right? Like on TikTok and shit. Save the Dolls and shit. Like what the fuck? Because Houston ain't either. Like honestly, it's not like seeking, start researching states. I mean, I've already done it. Google some cities where you can narrow it down to states. Yeah, I've done some of that right now. I'm doing a little bit of work. I'm taking it slow a little bit right now. Honestly, I'm just exhausted. That's why I said I have like in my fucking goddamn storage unit. Literally, I have like a big ass basket. It's all my clothes is dirty. I just haven't washed it because it's like it's so hard being homeless. You know what I'm saying? Because when I say it's hard being homeless, it's really your mind. You know, it's your mind. That's why I'm saying I haven't saved any money. It's like when you're homeless and you first start being homeless, your brain doesn't adjust. It's like being in war. That's why I don't lie to you. I'm a little bit like in a depression in a sense. You know what I mean? Where like I've been like watching like war movies and shit. And what's a good movie I've been watching right now? I haven't watched the movie yet. I might watch it because it's like a war movie. It's on Netflix. So I'm gonna watch it online. Let me see. I'm watching like these clips. You know they do on YouTube and shit. You can edit and shit. Oh, I gotta watch some of those. God. Will Smith really like making shit. That's crazy. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So yeah, All Quiet in the Western Front. All Quiet in the Western Front, like that movie right here. I've been watching like shit like this, like all morning on some depressing ass shit.
Deutschlands liegt in den Händen seiner größten Generation. Meine Freunde, das sind Sie! Auf in den Kampf! Für Kaiser, Gott und Vaterland!
It want to be too dark, but that's how it is when you're a trans. When the first year you come out, I was told like you're gonna be traumatized and all that shit. Yeah, because your brain has to even fucking like come to the realization like, okay, you're a woman now, like you can't do this shit. Or, you know what I'm saying? Everything starts to like work itself out, but you gotta like let it work itself out, you know? Going off right there. But yeah, I want shit like that, and like that's how life really is, and that's how I'm looking at life. You have to be a shark when it comes to business. Like that's how life is. Like now, like these people that are like in houses and have kids and shit are successful. They're not good people. They have like to have power, to have money, to be charitable, to have things. To be charitable, you have to have things. To have things, you got to have power. There's no other way you're not gonna have things and be nice. You know what I'm saying? Poor people aren't nice. Like, the fuck? You get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? That's what the whole situation, what I'm saying. It's deep. Like, so my mind is kind of like this now, where it's like, you're in a warlike situation and you got to think like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. This is where I come from. Like, this is what's going on. Like, I can't change this shit. Like, just because I'm a nice person doesn't change this ground where I come from. You know what I'm saying? Just because... You know, they like shot Bob Marley. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why he left for England and shit. Then come back for like 3 years and shit. Whatever, fuck. You know, whatever, how long. Like, yeah, like, you know, I'm never coming back after this. Like, it's over for me. And the reason why I'm never coming back is not because I hate this city so much, which I do hate it. But, yeah, the reason why I'm leaving is just because it's bad. The economics, everything's bad here. Like, when I say everything's bad, it's just not a good place to be. Like, I realized Houston is basically, like, you know, all cities and all places are for rich people, but Houston's a place for rich people to come and lay low, to settle down, or have kids. It's not for, like, people to, like, come up in life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just don't care anymore. Let me read the last comment. It says, then you should look up Colorado way forward. Was it? You can virtually walk or drive down streets. It's tight. Yeah, you're right though. I think they have like a fucking 3D one now, honestly, where it's just like, it's just fucking awesome. Yeah, I know about all that shit, that's for sure. That's definitely for sure. Yeah, that's a big help. It's actually pretty cool. But I'm definitely gonna just have to make that move. You know what I mean? And just kind of sacrifice it all. But I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be better. So remember, I came to Houston on a pretense for a job, and that shit just didn't happen. So I was kind of like, fuck it. But luckily, everything's good. The money's still up, the phone's still on. So yeah. Let's see. I had a whole talk right now. It's my life and shit. Like my face going in. I didn't mean to go out and cheese on my life, but like, you know, I've been watching a lot of that type of shit. I know it's probably like pretty bad. Like, that was pretty like super like depressing and shit. So y'all, god damn, that shit was fucking depressing. But it is like that's how life really be like. Like, I'm just like getting through it though. I don't waste a lot of time, but it's like it could be fucking. What I'm saying, it could be worse in the sense of like I'm not on my shit, but like I just gotta fucking move on. I feel like I should have moved on a long time ago, but I just never moved on. I never moved on a long time ago because it's gonna be hard for me to do that shit. You know, like how you gonna just move on and you know, how am I supposed to just move on? You know, like nothing, like not having nothing. Like I was broke a couple of times. That's what I'm saying. Like I ended up being flat broke a couple of times, probably 3 times. I think on my own volition, just buying shit, type shit. Not really, but buying my necessities. You know, these are expensive as shit. You know, they are. I think one time because, like I said, my car got skimmed, and then the last time, that was the first time because my fucking family giving them money and all this shit. So that's why I like, you know. I can't do all that shit. Struggling like this is crazy. Everybody just fucking fed off me because they're all broke ass motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, I just gotta leave. And let's not talk to people. That being nice. I let it all go. And I take all this nice energy and I make something creative out of it, and then I'll sell it to you guys. All right? So I can get that exchange of energy. That's how you do that shit. And that's what I feel like. I kind of have no choice. I'm at that point right now. I have no friends and no family, but people do admire me. So how you going to admire me, but you don't? It's what Lil Peep has said. Like nobody want to be my friend, basically. Everybody want to work with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would that be? It's because you got the sauce and the juice, but then like nobody wants to acknowledge it because of the way the world is, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna make you jealous. You know what I'm saying? Like, they technically made us motherfucking like peasants. You know? So you just gotta like look at all this shit. But I'll see you guys on the next one. It's getting pretty dark. But let's go ahead and put up another video. Yeah. Where was I at? I had to put change all channels and shit. Have y'all checked out my Why Live channel yet? I be posting like booty shaking shit on there. I'm not about to post some shit. I haven't posted shit in a while. Trans and shit. It's kind of nuts. I can see myself live going through my phone on my own channel. My beard looks horrible right now. I haven't shaved in a while. I'm gonna say I haven't shaved just because, you know, you want to let this fucking skin get like nice and like smooth. You know, you don't want the skin to like, you know, you don't want the skin to be too. The reason it looks so razor bumpy, I think I said it because like I just forgot to take my pills up. And a lot of trans women said that shit too. Like it's always weird. Like I think it's a lot of us. I think sometimes I feel like I'm intersex because you hear a lot of trans women say, "I was developing breasts when I was a real teenager," and that's why I'm like, "Oh my god!" And like, you know, you do gender theory and you kind of find out like it's kind of the same thing there. Like, man boobs is a form of breast tissue, but they don't want to say that because they know you're not a female, so they're like, it's just man boobs. But it is a form of breast tissue. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's like the early developing stages from, because you're already a man now, you know what I'm saying, whatever, but like you still have the glands, and so those memory glands can be like activated. All you have to do is like add enough estrogen or like activate those glands really, you know, and so that's why you have some guys that have like male boobs literally and like have to get surgically removed and all that other shit. And that's why you have women that have like beards and shit. Like, that's just real. Like, it's just so fucking funny. Like, would you literally kill a woman for having a beard? Like, that's just crazy. Like, that's what they are. That's what cis people are doing right now. Type shit. And it's just like, y'all crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just stay away from them, bro. Like, and that's what I'm saying. They'll do that with anything. That's what they did to the Jews. That's why I'm watching like that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? World War II. Like, they'll do it actually with anything. You know what I'm saying? But you ever seen the movie The Pianist? You gotta be like that motherfucker, just hiding the whole time, ducking and hiding. That's what everybody says. Like that's what life's about. Like it's not about all this shit. Like I don't want to do all that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I no longer want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? Like I still look at Viking shit. Like I no longer desire to be famous. Like you, the most famous cheerleader in the world. I do it back to a farm. Yes. I'm just like, I'm at a point where I'm just tired of this shit. Like, this shit too much for me. Do you remember Thor? I probably looked that shit up. I watched a lot of shit. It's crazy. You remember Thor and shit? Man. She was like, she got fucked up in the face. And, right? The arm was like, I still love you though. No. She got fucked up in the face, and then she like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, I still love you though, and she was like, nah, G, like, don't keep the love for yourself because it's not there. Damn. I can't find it. Oh well. Maybe I can just play.
Forgive me for what I said. I don't want other women. I want you. What
So
do
you
you
was
want?
risen on her ass, boy.
Respect.
You know I respect you. I worship you.
Don't want to be worshipped.
See that?
I spent my life as a slave. Your words are ridiculous.
What can I do?
You can fight me.
You don't respect, exactly.
Yes.
She don't respect, bro. Like, she don't want you to be like, damn, girl, you know what I'm saying? You just get all infatuated with her. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what she really wants, bro. I wish I could find another one I watched before. She was like, pissed off and shit. She wasn't pissed off, but she was like, damn, son, my face. Let's see. Give me a moment. Oh well. That's crazy.
Won't you talk to me?
There is not much to say.
We have everything to say to each other. You can tell me about your whole life. I can tell you about mine.
There is not much to say about my life. I've always been.
She's always been a slave. Yeah, I can't find fucking that. That is crazy.
There's no way.
I don't know. He was on YouTube yesterday just doing ham and cheese. He was not the right channel. That's why I couldn't see it. That's what I mean. And my phone about to die. So I got fucking 8% left on this phone. This one be dying. Let's see. Here we go. I found the video.
Traumatize away.
Why not?
Because there's nothing more beautiful than a mother.
You're drunk. I need to be with a woman. Let's find you someone. Isn't that Tovi, the widow of Yarbuk? Erlinger doesn't pay her any attention. You'd like her.
Don't do this.
You don't understand. I am doing this because I want you to be happy.
My father says happiness doesn't matter.
But you're not your father, clear by your sight. Or have you not realized that yet? Good night, husband.
I supported you with my success.
You see what it said? That's how it be. It could be worse. Like it's one of the I agree with you completely. I mean, it didn't hot as hell out here though. It was hot. It was hot more. I think it was more hot in June. In most summers out here, be usually hotter. Like I'm not gonna lie. That's another thing that scared the shit out of me too. Like the winter. I wasn't scared of the winter. I was scared as fuck of the winter, bro. Like when I say I was scared of the winter, like I remember when I was like with my boyfriend who was so fucking abusive. I wanted to leave so bad, but I didn't want to leave in like right in the middle of the winter because I was just like, man, fuck that, you know. But like honestly, now I prefer the winter over the summer. I do. It's way more sustainable for survival. Like all you need is some fucking gear. Like all you need is basically like extra clothes. When you have the right clothing, you're good. You don't even need a lot of clothes. Like I remember I was like awesome. You know they say poor and shit, bro. Put like clothes on. So you put like 5 fucking shirts on. That shit ain't really shit. Just get you one fucking thermal and you're straight. So like like I got fucking like snow gear, shit that's meant to like actually like for like being in Alaska. You buy some shit that's supposed to be like in Alaska or Iceland or some shit. That shit gonna have you good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta go out and go get some motherfucking, some Tims and all this extra shit. So yeah, like, like I have like good like winter wear, so like, I'm good. And like even when it comes to food storage, like you can like leave shit out and shit like that. It's not gonna like get nasty and shit. Like right now I'm wondering my chicken is just sitting inside this foil paper just getting all nasty now. I don't even know. Like if it was cold, it's just like, you just reheat it. Yeah, shit. What was I talking about? The whole thing about that was just like, so yeah, but Thora is just like, she's just basically saying like, she went from like slave to like being a free woman, you know what I'm saying? But she was only free because of Bjorn's affection for her. And so that's why she was like, I don't want you to worship me, nigga. Like, I just want to be respected. That means she wanted to be treated like a normal fucking person and shit. But she didn't realize that's what she was getting herself into when she started to be with Bjorn, because he started to respect her on his level. Because remember, Bjorn is a royal. He's a royal. So he has to, and for what's going on, they got to fight for their fucking royalty and their honor and their fucking like money and welfare, all that shit. So she wasn't ready for all that shit. So when she got hit and fucked up and almost died, it was like the same thing. Like I'm realizing now, like where I'm like, I gotta get out of here. You know, something Bob Marley felt when he realized, I love you guys. And they were just do. Ricky, he was like, is this blood? They don't leave it. Like for real. You know what I mean? Like so, he had to bounce. So I know that's what it's like for me. Like I have to balance, and that's kind of how I realized, like you know. That's why she ended up leaving and shit and leaving her daughter behind because she felt like, oh no, I can't. She was only, remember, she's free now. And so it's almost kind of like when you said happiness means nothing. Remember, she's free now. So she tried to be happy and shit. She was happy. But in tragedy. So it's not about that, you know what I mean? Sometimes like the happiness shit. But I know that shit. But I revenge myself on these people. But yeah, that's all that shit be happening and shit. I got a couple little clips. I was like watching depressing that shit.
From the day.
You want to see some shit?
Come sample what I baked for y'all.
So this is what I'm watching. I'm gonna show real quick clips because I don't want any copyright. So
It feels that like you see that look of insulin chicken? Are you blind? It was hot and hateful scorn. It feels that like that. You tell me you didn't see this because you choose not to look, or you saying I lied.
Whatever was the past.
Is that how you are with me? Letting every ill thought fester inside? Look at them. They foul with it. They foul with that. You let these can come back to us in a darker night. You want that? You want them black youth and those sleep? You are the damn you. You won't stand for me. I pray you'd at least be a credit to your own kind and beat every foul thought from you. Feel yourself, and then we game.
that's crazy, man. I don't want shit like that. It's not crazy shit, man. Like, I was extremely depressed and shit for a little bit. Just because I'm just thinking of shit. Sometimes I have somebody who like express my emotions too. But it's like sometimes the thing about me is when I have emotions, I don't run into absolutes. I pause and I feel my emotions. It can look like depression. And it probably would be kind of depression, but to me it's not really depression. It's like I just try to feel my emotions. And once I feel them and I know what they are, I can like move past them. I can identify them. And I want to do that shit. Like that's what I do. Like this one's pretty sad. This is what I be feeling like too. Here in Houston, dating.
It's okay. She's real. I want to be real for you.
You are real for me. Think about it. If anything happens to us, that's it. You're gone.
It's fucking deep, isn't it? Oh my god. That's too fucking deep. That's exactly what it's gonna change, bro. Like, exactly. Like, oh my god. That's not, that shit is the epitome of what it is to be to date in these situations. Like, I swear to God, like, rewind that shit. Just hear what she said.
It's okay. She's real. I want to be real for you.
You are real for me. Think about it. If anything happens to us, that's it. You're gone.
Yes. I can feel her.
Like anything happens to this, And it's true. Like I've taken my hormones like in front of fucking like guys, and they've literally been like, oh, like they were like, it's like they finally like it's like when they see you do that shit, then they would kind of like accept you as a woman type shit. Like that's when they officially like, okay, you know what I mean? They might do that type of shit. I've had guys do that shit. Like, and it's weird because they do that shit. Like you wouldn't think they do that shit. But I had 2 guys do that shit to me, where it's like they're seeing you take something out, and then they want to see you like, you know what I mean, like, or grab some water or some shit and like drink and shit. That's when they like rush up to you and shit and be like trying to see what the fuck you're taking and shit. Like, what the fuck? They'll do it, maybe even do nonchalant. Sorry, man, I'm too excited right now. They'll do it like nonchalant and shit, and just like, you know what I mean? Like they'll try to see what the fuck you're taking and shit. Like, you know, that should be crazy. Like, especially with guys, like, it's always these, like, quiet guys that might be looking at you from afar and shit. They'll do that shit just to see, like, oh, you're taking the actual hormones. Like, you're not, they want to know. Sometimes people don't know. They see, they see the thickness and sometimes they think, like, it's that or, like, what's that shit called? Breast forms or some shit, or just hip pads. Like, I literally had a Spanish girl. I know that she was doing this shit. She kept on fucking, like, bumping into my hips and into my ass. And I just kept on wondering, like, why you keep on doing this shit? And I think it's because she was wondering if my hips were real. She was like, are those hip pads? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, she was trying to see if my hips were real. And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, that's another thing, too. You have to, when you start transitioning, like, motherfuckers will touch you to see if your shit is real. Like, oh God, they want to know if your shit is real. I'm laughing because it's so true. They be like, sometimes it be certain angles. I ain't gonna lie, it be like that, you know. You know, I watching porn too. You know what I'm saying? So I know it be certain angles sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that ass be still looking right. You know what I mean? Like when I lay down and shit. Like for example, I'm homeless, right? When I used to sleep and shit, and I used to sleep in my stomach and shit. Nobody, you know. It's like if I was to sleep in my stomach now, oh my God, you'd be like. It's like the opposite. From that scene from White Chicks and shit, where she's like, hold on, white chocolate. It's like the complete opposite. It's usually a white cop and shit who's like into black fucking trannies and shit, type shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker got his light on me. It's late as fucking night. Got his light on me. All he sees is this fat ass and shit. Then he looking like come up and shit all slow. I'm just like, it's finally, see my fucking pizza quiet and shit. I was just like, what the fuck? Hold on, man, dark chocolate and shit. I wouldn't want you to melt. I'd be like looking like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I swear to God, and then I'd be like, you know, and then I don't know, like, I guess you see that AGP rage comes out, and they're just fucking like, ah! That Xena shit comes out, and I'm just like, I don't want you. You know, my Amazonian fucking Gabrielle from fucking Xena and shit just, shield maidens, fight! I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking turn into sleepaway camp. You see sleepaway camp? I'd be like sleepaway camp at the end and shit, just all angry as fuck. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I don't want dick or anything. It's just that sometimes I'll be like, you know, it's just not me. Like, I'm not the type of girl. Like, I'm young with you. I don't want no street dick. I don't want no, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to go out the streets, be another person and shit, meet a nigga, he's cool, I'm cool, we're living, you know what I mean? We can meet up at each other's houses anytime we want to because we grown and like we got it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit here and deal with any busters and bums and shit. That's just lame as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of women are actually just scared to deal with men that are on the same economic level as them because they like, you know what I'm saying? They feel like a fear of control. And I noticed that shit. A lot of black women have that issue. So when you're bummy, a lot of black women like you. When like, you get a little bit of money, that's when it's just like, oh, you doing damn shit. And bummy white girls want to fuck with you. And then you're just like, and then they're like, you're not really a nigga, are you? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? And then if they're not really racist like that, they might be able to fucking get with a fucking Asian girl. Only because you're going to try Hispanic girls, but then you're going to realize they are not white girl substitutes whatsoever. Not even in the slightest. You know what I'm saying? That rice might be soft and savory and with the beans, but you know what I'm saying? Hey. You know, the sauces might fucking hit you with the hell nah, you know? Shit like that, like spicy little bitch. But yeah, so I don't know. That's my phone. Yeah, we like that sometimes. But yeah, like I don't want to be like this whole clip right here. She's like, yeah, like this is just crazy, and like without this, it's like think about it, without this. That's how it feels like with hormones. Just feel like without this, you know, that shit like it's so crazy, and that's how you be feeling like. And it's funny because I felt like this the other clip and shit as a guy, and it's like I don't even fucking resonate towards that anymore. Like when he was like, "Oh, you don't like real girls." Like I didn't even fucking resonate with that anymore. Like when I was like when I first came back to Houston, I was super depressed. And I was like, I thought I was like in my like guy mode of like I'm just a guy who's into like sissies and like dudes, you know. Yeah, I get in that mode, right? And so I'm in that mode, and then like I'm depressed. I'm just like watching this shit rerunning over again. I'm not even in that like mindset anymore. Like I'm a totally different person. It's crazy. Let me see here. We got glass and shit. Oh yeah, we're the deep shit. It's so deep. And that's how a lot of guys are. That's how when I say that shit, I mean like a lot of the guys you attract as a trans woman, I ain't gonna lie, you are fucking weird as fuck. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like you can just feel it. Like a lot of them are fucking weird. By weird, I mean like you can see like the general consensus that like being trans is a mental disorder in their eyes, even though it's literally not. That's the funniest thing. I've never fucking seen people just subscribe something as something like negative, and we're like, oh no, they're like telling you like it's not negative anymore. They just want to fucking live. They're not bothered. They're not trying to go after your children. They're not. They just want to live. But it's like you keep on. They're after the children. Like, well, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy to me, man. I've literally been stopped by children one time. One time, these kids like came by me when I was doing my laundry, and their fucking dad like came up off some Viking shit, just like on some. He like came right in front of me and shit was like trying to like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that shit. I don't know what they call it. Like, he just sized me up, and I'm just like. Does that make sense? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that shit was crazy. I was like, oh my god. They really be like tripping about shit. And like, there's kids, and that's how I realized I'm like, man, fuck you guys. And some tranny told me that on the internet. She was like, don't try to be by kids. I'm like, how can you not? I mean, this is Texas. There's kids everywhere. Like, everywhere. Even Gabby lives in Texas. You can tell she goes to HEB. Like HEB's in Texas, and what the fuck? It's like that's where she makes all her fucking nutritional videos and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? And now she makes them with her fucking daughter. She's a trans woman in HEB in Texas making motherfucking nutritional videos, but she's a nutritionist, so she like makes her money. She's good. She's grown. Fuck. Like you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of trans people in Texas, but they're grown and shit. They're like retired and shit. Like she retired a wrestler and shit. Like she be doing that shit on the side. Like she did make her money. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like it's over. Like that shit's done. Like damn, you know, like it's like for me, but now like my life is kind of like starting. I'm not that big, you know, late bloomer. So like I'm actually, although like shit, I'm like supposed to do in my 20s. I'm doing it now. Type shit. I couldn't have transitioned when I was fucking younger. Like I probably would have been killed. You get what I'm saying? I probably fucked around, transitioned. They would have demoted me, like lost my job, you know what I'm saying? Something they did. It would have been horrible. I can guarantee it. Now I'm like, yes, it would have been so bad. It would have been bad. It would have been bad. I probably would have died, you know what I'm saying? in the locations I was at and things I was doing, I probably would have died just because like I know what I was doing. And the other time they were killing a lot of trainees. That's the reason why I didn't want to come out either. They were killing a lot of trainees. I've seen trainees get killed on like World Star and others, literally them fucking killing like trainees. I've seen at least 3 or 4 videos. It's fucked up. It's not cool. It's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like so, not just in Houston, but like in general. Like that's when they were killing a lot of fucking black trans women. It's really fucked up. Anyways, all I know is it's time for me to get the fuck on. It's been time for me to get the fuck on, but like, you know. But I learned a lot. Like, characters like Xena are actual real people. There's like people like in real life women have been like that. Warrior fucking women. And these warrior women is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made them fucking like good at raiding and like living in the ancient world and like being formidable was like basically that's why I rewatched the Vikings and shit. Like that's what made, you know what I'm saying? Like Lagertha and like it made motherfucking Aslog. Aslog was the queen. So she was formidable on a queen level, on royalty, on diplomatic matters and shit. That's what made them a strong trading route. You feel me? A couple of clips.
Was it good? Yes.
Yes. He was a good man.
That look was priceless. He tried to pick up Ivan for he's a good father too. But he knows he's not really a good father because what he has to do, but he is. He's not to Ivan.
Hiding. It happened here when we were away. Something happened that led to the death of Ziggy. Ragnar knows that, but he doesn't know what's happened. And you do.
See, Ziggy also, she's a queen, so she's a diplomatic woman. And this is like the Bible. This is like how it's like mythological.
He told stories and he could cure people. He would hide half his pains.
His name was Harvard.
Yes.
Herb is another name for Odin.
What did he do? This Harvard.
So he sacrificed Ziggy, so you know what I'm saying? So Aslog can basically be like the true queen and shit. Put her out of her misery.
Yes, he said that. But what does it matter? He took Aslog away from the children. It was his fault that Ziggy died.
No, not his fault, her fault, your fault, everyone's fault.
What do you mean?
Harvard is not a human being. Harvard is a god. He came to visit, and such a visit must always be celebrated. That is what Ragnar must understand.
It was her hatred of like, you know what I'm saying, and Ziggy's depression.
Who stopped us?
Was it good? Yes.
Yes. He was a good man.
For all I can. Just as long as you were watching over them. Sleep well, darling.
So basically, for that one, yeah, it's like she's angry. It was her anger that killed fucking Ziggy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really Herbert. That's why Forky was like, no, y'all all y'all fault. Like y'all all collectively killed Ziggy because she's chopped liver. Her husband died. That's why. I mean, at that point, she was fucking King. What's his name's goddamn son and shit, just to fucking get by. It was some bad shit. She was already going down the drain. That's why she drowned and shit, trying to save the heirs of the fucking throne of a new kingdom that's in our rise. Shut it up. And then this is
Sit. And if I love that, and if I refuse, you will lose everything, even my other.
You mean my order?
That is between you and my ex-wife. And good luck with that.
I wanted to show you that because I'm just saying that's all that was the queenly shit. Now we got the fucking warrior side of things. It's like there's kings and warriors and shit. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Who's this shit?
I supported you in Wessex. Now you must support me. Together we can overthrow this usurper.
Firstly, you came to Wessex of your own volition. Secondly, if there's a civil war,
I let you
many
know.
of our own people will die. Is your own really acting?
Yes.
Why?
Because it is rightfully mine.
Well, there's never much use in arguing with me. We shall go and talk later.
So you see how they like telling her because she's formidable, bro. Like she a warrior. That's why she ended up like killing like Aslan because she's like, you know. And so just like a lot of women in life, you know, like you have that warrior spirit in you and shit. So like, you know, I don't be really like on that pissy shit. He even talks about getting back to spirituality. And now I'm looking at this, but this kind of scared me a little bit because this is why I'm saying schizophrenic. Like, listen to this.
So we have a lot of activity with extraterrestrials. And you'll see in the 12th dimension is the Anasazi feline hominid. A hominid is like a humanoid with arms and legs. So this is like people. And it's cat people. The Anasazi cat people from the Lyra star system originally. Now we're Lyra and Sirius. They created us way down here. The Lyra and Sirius Anasazi. They're described as Syrian whites. A lot of
old magic and metaphysics, an attraction to the element of fire, old souls with strong intuition. The Lyrans are considered the original keepers of ancient knowledge. Lyran starseeds are highly intelligent, evolved beings hailing from the planet Vega, the brightest planet within the Lyra constellation. Very few first-generation Lyrans exist today. It's mostly descendants of their bloodline. The original Lyran energy was largely wiped out during the Draco-Lyran War. Many of these starseeds will feel a strong connection with the term soul. Overall, they're generally beings who love Earth, history, and being human. Lyran starseeds are often ones who trust the flow of life.
A lot of people do believe that.
So like this shit right here, right? It sounds really like, you know what I mean? And when you high and like you're in it and like I actually started believing this shit for just a millisecond. For a millisecond there, you know what I'm saying? For a little bit while. But like I never really just like stable belief on it. It's just like okay. But like dude, like literally like so I watched fucking Wildcats it's the exact same backstory as this. And it just kind of like, what kind of freaked me out about it, I don't know, it just kind of made me feel like, why? And some people probably actually sitting there believing this shit. And I'm a Lyran. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, they copy that shit from Lyran. That's some schizophrenic ass shit, though. Like, just doing that, to me, is like the basis of schizophrenia. Like, taking a fucking TV show and turning it into a fucking religion, like, or some shit like that. I'm done with you, motherfuckers. Like, it's crazy. That's why I'm like, I'm really agnostic, only because I do some spiritual shit. I have my own spiritual shit. I see spiritual shit. You know what I'm saying? I see spiritual shit, but like, my psychic readers tell me and shit, like, right? My psychic readers are really the ones I fuck with on YouTube. And like, things that you know what I mean? These types of, I just showed you right now, like, I showed you the fucking, the little synopsis or whatever of, you know, All Quiet's on the Western Front. You know what I'm saying? Like, in 2022 movie and show on Netflix, like, those are like premonitions for me. You know, remember Twitches and shit? Twitches? She had the motherfucker who can write stories and the motherfucker who like draw. Motherfucker, what that thing that is. That's like a comic. It's a motion picture. It's a script and picture. So like, it's kind of like that shit. Like, so you get visions and shit. Put it together as like visions. That's why they had to work together and shit. So they can get the visions. You know what I'm saying? And so, and even fucking literally fucking looking at science, fucking, I watched this little clip on here that until whatever Degrassi was saying, we can't go back in time, we can go forward in time. And so if we can go forward in time, it's theoretically possible. Like, there's a way you can see the future if you do have psychic powers, you know what I'm saying? In regards to like activating certain aspects of your brain. So we're not using full out potential of our brain, right? You get what I'm saying? And we know there's different dimensions within string theory. But all this Lyran ass shit, I don't know about that shit. That's really taking the cake. That's actually like, that's all I'm looking for. But like, some things like this, I can get into, you know what I'm saying? There's some type of speculative energy. And honestly, for me, it works to see it work. So, am I like, there's a God? I'm not into that. I don't believe God. But, you know what I'm saying? I just know it works. And I know it works for me. I work on my own magic. You know, when you're on magic, is basically using your own brain, like, it's whatever you're into. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to see, you see how you see things. Like, I literally, you know, because I have 8 parts energy, feminine, 2 parts masculine, I'm looking for that energy, so I'm looking to work with that energy. I'm like going through my pictures and shit. You know, it's a Final Destination. I've been watching Final Destination too. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck is watching Final Destination? They have that new one and shit. Remember that shit? They had the new one, right? And then they got the Final Destination, the new one. And then I'm like, I hope y'all don't mind if I fucking eat though, because I don't want to leave my shit just sitting out here. It's kind of gross. I'm just having it sitting out here, so. But yeah, like, they had a new Final Destination, so like, you know what I'm saying? They got the old ones on the, you know what I'm saying, on the HBO Max. So I was like, shit, I might as well scoop through, you know what I'm saying? See what she's talking about. Good. But you don't know. Really bad for real. Good. Really bad, man. Mm-hmm. Computers. Look at here. Mac and cheese. Shit. Still good. Mm-hmm. Still won't get it. Trying to be like crazy, but looks like what I said breakfast. I'm gonna eat a ton. But shit. What about I say? Mm-hmm. All that fucking psychic ability and shit. whatever. I use it sometimes. I don't really try to. It's just that sometimes shit be looking. Honestly. You know, food actually is a disruptor for me. My brain, when calculating shit, it works better. I'm hungry, but yeah. Excuse me, see that real. This shit just not real. God. Let me put this shirt on, man. Woo. Sorry about that. It was getting dark, and it's Texas, like I said. I bought a whole pack of this, 50. This was like, I bought a pack of this in June. A 50 pack. A 50 pack. Cost me $73. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what wastes your money. And you're only making about $250 a week, more or less. And shit like that, it wastes your money. And before you have to decide based off that shit. When you're coming from inside, though, that might seem like a necessity to be outside, right? But if you're outside, you see, like, that's not a necessity, that's a luxury. Now I'm thinking the best thing to do is, I learned this shit yesterday. The reason why, back in the day, like the white man and all that shit would wear like all his clothing, it's actually really light. Like with George Washington with all layers and shit. It's protecting from the buzz. It literally will cover them up. And when I have my fleece blanket, there's more clothes made out of fleece. It's light and it is like not double sewed over. It's gonna be like breathable, and most can't get through that shit, which is kind of ironic. I put their foot in mac and cheese though. I don't know what it feels. It's all right right now. Pretty good, pretty good. Just a little bit of bacteria might be on it. Trust me, I know when the chicken got bacteria. I know. Trust me. But yeah, what else we got going on? I feel like back of it. I feel, you know, I don't have no problem being a tomboy. I can voice train. I'll be doing it. But then my voice gets sore. It's really hard to voice train when you're around people every single day. To be honest with you, that's the hardest time. Working in the service industry, you know, some people all day, what you end up doing. Right. You can't be doing that shit. When you first, like, you know, trying to voice transfer yourself. Excuse me. I feel like that. Look at this shit. I look up shit like this. Attacks on gender affirming care in the United States right now. All the red places are bad places to be. And the gray ones are good places to be. Well, at least so to speak. See what I'm saying? Like, we're good. We just gotta, you know, it's just like weed. Some states it was legal, some states it's not. It wasn't legal. Remember? Mm. I've been drinking straight water from water hoses. And I know it sounds pretty gross, right? Like I got this all this water for water. You're thinking like, that's gross. It is gross. It's pretty gross. That's a lot. But as you can see, that's why I sip it the way I sip it. And also, I'm not used to the taste right now for the past 3 days. Drinking it because I have to. No money for water. I don't want to spend any money right now. And he's super tight. But at the same time, it's kind of like funny because like, I don't know. I used to at the water hose in football practice all the time. Like they usually poke holes in this big ass pole, poke holes in the water hose, put it through the pole, just walk up to that shit. Yeah, I don't know, maybe when I was younger, I don't know what, but it was so fucking cold. I remember that whole being cold as fuck, and I don't know why. Maybe they ran through like some ice or some shit, maybe. I don't even know. But I remember that shit being cold as fuck, and I was like, God damn, it's cold as fuck. Maybe I was really hot. But, you know, what cold? Sometimes it be like that, you know? Sometimes it be like that. It be cold, like right now, I first got it out the fucking faucet. I was drinking it because it was cold. Now it's kind of room temperature, it's like, ugh. And then, like, when I was in high school, I realized the same water we use for faucet water, we was putting a big ass jug for ice. You should drink that shit. But, no birthday food plan. Screenshot. I got this receipts. You got it in there? I'll do them later. Let's see. The simple they can't jump. That's what I was talking about. This face. I want on a t-shirt so bad. I want to wear this. So bright. You can really see it. Shayla. Inspired me. There's an art they make on Pinterest. Probably comes from Tumblr and other places too, but Pinterest has the best ones. probably even give you a Yeah, kind of rocking the same thing going on. Hard face, wouldn't it? Nice rack. That's kind of the concept we're doing here. It's funny how you're like, I should just be able to be out and shit. And it's like, I do want to be out. But it's really whatever. I am out, really. It's funny because, I don't know. It's weird. I'm at the place in my transition where people don't know whether I'm a boy or a girl type shit. Like, if I wear tight clothes, I'm a girl. If I wear loose girl clothes, I'm non-binary. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Which is still seems bad in Texas, to be honest. I don't know cheese on the chicken. You want that? I didn't see that. That's what you're appreciate it. I had to eat real quick. I was saving it. I was trying to wait till the end of the video or something to eat, but god damn, it's getting dark and shit. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of food anyway, so. I had some greens earlier. I realized collard greens is my new favorite fucking green. Because I was eating like iceberg lettuce and carrots and all that good little garden salad, but I didn't really know what to eat green-wise. Now I know. Collards are actually really delicious. No salt, none of that shit. That shit was actually pretty good. So I'm probably gonna start eating cans of fucking collard instead of spinach and shit. That's gonna be quite interesting. So I don't really eat collard greens like that. So I'm not that black. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that black. You eat collard greens, but you eat bitter leaf. In Nigeria. We have like our own herbs and shit. And leaves and shit. It's like Jamaicans have their own leaves and all this type of shit. Who does that? Same thing. Shit. Y'all don't see me right now because of the light that they have right here. So that's good lucky. What a day. I mean, finding meat is probably the best thing to eat in the club. Because it fills you up. You know? I see another one. It's a good picture. Kind of looks like it. Oh shit, my bad. Yeah. Keep their asses told me free. I guess 25%. I'm telling you. That shit. I was looking at like little stupid shit. Like, it's just stupid. I don't know. It's such a blur on there. Here's a funny one. You can tell she's a woman though. I kind of describe the trans woman, cis woman relationships for sure. For sure, that's how they be at work and shit. I be like, hello. Next thing you know, what the fuck? What are these? I'm just like, what are you doing? Like pulling away, like, like for real. I kind of wanted to roll up another one too, but I'm like, shit. I'm probably gonna roll this blunt because I'm not gonna buy any more. I'm not gonna spend more money. And I got papers at the wazoo. I just finished my elements, both of my elements. Like the element pink papers, if you go on the website, elements, and remember the website, that's a good fucking paper. I just finished this new elements, the blue one. I forgot what they're called. These right here, Phantom, Elements Phantom. It's like the ultra thin Elements, super thin. It really is fucking thin though. Like after a while, you like, I mean, if you're a full stoner and you roll that shit, like, I promise you can roll that shit, but like, yeah. If you're not a stoner, it's really hard for you. You'll be like, where's the blue one? What the fuck up? Here's another picture. I don't know. Just that little picture that people draw. You can tell she's a woman too. Titties. So he gives like, oh. So like this is like my new, because like I be seeing trans men on fucking like TikTok, and they be like, this is who I'm trying to be like, and they pick who they look like and who they predict they're gonna be like, and I just like that because with trans women we don't do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trans women literally be on some like, oh my god, I'm trying to fucking transition. I'm trying to like. He's like, I try to fucking like be like this perfect fucking person. I'm trying to be snatched, and like, cause I'm like realizing I'm not gonna be snatched. So I look at myself in the mirror, and I don't know, like it's helps me like body something, like, you know, positivity shit. Cause I be like look in the mirror at myself at times, and like now I'm just like, okay, cause I don't eat as much now, right? Obviously, I'm poor, and like I probably lose weight, right? And I'm looking at my waist and everything, and I'm like, oh, my waist is still not snatched. Like, I need to be snatched. But apparently, you know what I'm saying? You be having niggas like like the way he looked at me was like they do that shit where it's just like you know what I mean? They gotta fucking they see you and shit, they be like, is that a fucking translate? And it's funny how they romanticize it. That's just gonna be so adorable. Like, that's probably the most adorable shit. When they romanticize it, I love that shit. Because they see that, you know, I'm black, they see the hair, and then they think like, oh shit, natural hair. And then they be like, oh, some black power shit. And they be like, you know, even if they're Hispanic too, sometimes they kind of, because I don't look like typical black, I guess, they think I'm mixed or something. I don't know. I've never been. People think I look exotic, and it's like, I don't know why people think I look exotic. Do I look like not like a typical black person? That shit crazy. Like I never like I don't know because I'm African. You know what I mean? I've seen Africans. It's like we all come to all shapes and sizes. Like I mean, all shapes and colors. Like we really do. Like to be completely honest, like I don't know, like. Who I grew up with, we were just black. I don't know, like I don't even on the internet. Like you go on the internet and see like some Africans on YouTube and like you know TikTok and shit, and they just look like a certain type of black African. But like the way I grew up with, like oh no, like we were all types of African looking like colors and shit. We all were like different colors and different shades. I mean, even till I remember I went for this one girl, she looked kind of orange. She had an orange hue to her and shit. And I was like amazed by this shit, but I was like, you know, kind of jealous with the shit and make fun of her and shit. I used to call her orange and shit. My younger sister was like, "Stop making fun of her." And I was like, you right. I don't know what came over me. But anyway, so yeah. It's great. You can barely see it. Let me fucking zoom in a little bit more. You can probably see it more. She has unbelievable shit. Sleepaway Camp. I watched Sleepaway Camp, and that was one of my vision movies and shit. Like Sleepaway Camp made me feel like watching it now as a transgender woman that's been through everything I've been through, like in my first year. On God, like. I'm like, that is a transgender movie. I don't give a fuck. Like, once you like take away all the like the little stupid tropes and all that shit, to me, all I can see was just transgender shit in that movie. The whole fucking movie, like from like the beginning. I fuck all that shit, right? But I'm talking about like when she entered the camp and the motherfucker tried to molest her and shit. Exactly, they hypersexualize. You know, pedophiles, they like that shit too. They like to like some boys and like and they feminize them and they take their innocence and all this other shit. So, you know, it was kind of like giving that shit. And because maybe you're a boy who's effeminate, you attract like pedophiles. I think that's happened to me too. I was a little bit effeminate as a kid sometimes, because I knew when to let it out. Because you know what I'm saying. And the more I let it out, the more you feel comfortable. But then like you might slip up one day because you let it out with the wrong person, it's the wrong uncle, wrong family friend, and they're like, bitch, what the fuck? I remember, like, I still remember this shit traumatizing, kind of like, maybe I was acting a little bit bitchy or acting like a diva, I don't know. And this motherfucker, like, saw me doing that shit. He was my dad's friend. And maybe he was homophobic, and this motherfucker was just like, why do you have fucking titties? Like, he was asking me, why do I have titties? And it was like I felt so like, what the fuck? I was a kid. I was a fat kid. But I think he was making fun of like the fact I had like man titties and shit, like man boobs and shit. But I still kind of felt like he was something like that. I'm like, I don't know. That was a little weird. You know what I mean? But anyways. So, yeah. Keep my husband down the road here. So yeah, it's a pretty cute picture right here too. That's basically what I'm turning into. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking like this and shit. It's funny how I always put up like white characters. You know, for some reason, I have this thing where it's like I feel like I can like do white people's hairstyles, but in a black person's way. I don't know why. I always feel like I can do a white person's hairstyle type shit, or like I can pull this off because I pulled off the mullet. You remember I pulled off the mullet, and it looked pretty like legit, and like that's how people be like wondering like, oh, you got like that good hair. Like I somewhat do. Like I just gotta take care of my hair. That's a good picture. Kind of cool looking. I'm not really super exercisey, but like I'm pretty big, and you know what I mean. Like the titties kind of sit out, and so like you know, and I do have a smaller waist, but that's kind of how my waist looks like. Like I'm an inverted triangle, right? So I don't have like super wide hips, but like there's a way you can kind of like look like you like are thick as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like it look weird. Like I don't know how to explain it, but you still can see it. It's like she ain't thick, right? But is she kind of thick though? Like what the fuck? Like you know what I mean? Like she's not thick, but she kind of thick though. Like this is a perfect example. Like look at this. I love her kind of thick, but they not kind of thick though. You see how her rib cage is big and shit. Face kind of muscular a little bit, kind of mannish. Like these are really good drawings. I can't lie. Like you can't tell me that shit doesn't look like. God damn! Like, look at this shit. Trying to get that Miss DC. You know what I'm saying? Talking about DC Comics and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Shitty fight Thanos and shit. Here's another one, you know what I'm saying? Kind of cool gothic type shit. I'm gonna get copyright for any of this shit. I don't know about pictures though, on these artists. These are like real artists though. Like you type in their names and like they actually like come up. See what that shit. Kind of thick, not really thick, like broad shoulders, you feel me? Like that's how I look like. Like, see, I look at her. If you took away the pigtails, like you can cover up the pigtails and shit. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm looking like. I can like easily do that same shit. The pigtails ain't even that long. You know what I'm saying? If I can get some extensions and shit, and have my hair looking like that, and I'm like, bam. Like, you know, there's like ways to make yourself look feminine, even for like big as fuck, a big ass trans woman. You can still make yourself look feminine, and that's like. I love that. Like, I mean, you just gotta embrace it sometimes, you know? I just love that I do that shit. I don't mind being a tomboy. Like, you have that fiery fucking spirit and shit in you, you know? It's kind of hot. And it's like funny because guys trying to take down, like, guys are trying to take down studs anyways right now. You go on social media, it's like straight studs. Straight studs. Shit. You probably started smoking, didn't you? But yeah, all this shit, I'm ready to level up. And I'm not a blonde hair, but it's not about that. It's about the broad shoulders and the style and the color. Yeah. Tartarus. Nyx. Oh, these are like the primordial beings. I got into like that shit. Nyx and shit, primordial beings. Helps you with awaken and shit, you know. Spiritual shit. That was just like. You gotta see, like, there's ways to fucking do that shit. There's some hope. That's all I'm saying. There is hope. There's hope. Oh my god, it's getting late. So sad. It's crazy because I cannot for the life of me concentrate on like one good thing. I'm so like itchy, so ready to do something other shit, you know. But that's why I'm here. I'm honestly here because Fuck yeah, I might as well make content, you know? I might as well make content. You know? And like I said, I have the most subscribers here. So I guess I'm gonna be doing the lives and shit, and I'm like hanging out with y'all, but then like people still watch the lives, so I'm still working with the lives, you know what I'm saying? Only because you're here and there, I'm gonna stay out here. But shit, I'm just making videos, like basic norm. You know, little cool videos, not like heavy, deep videos. I don't want to even pretend to be like enlightened and shit. Like I'm gonna come across enlightened, but I'm just gonna live my life. You know how it is. You know, but I'm supposed to be making more videos because it's about to be going down. Like no matter what's gonna happen right now, it's gonna be a major fucking change. Like when I say it's gonna be a major fucking change, like yeah, and you're gonna want to fucking be there the whole time. Let's be honest, you're gonna be over there live. I'm just like on the Greyhound and shit, and I'm like a whole bunch of Mexicans are gonna be there, of course. That's how it always is. And then like they go, some old white lady sees me and shit. She's just like, "Oh, training and shit. Oh yeah, no." And I'm just looking like, it is. Because I don't wear a mask. I don't wear a mask or nothing. I let people see everything. Even like right now, all this razor bumps and shit. I do that shit because, I don't know, like, I remember watching Greta and Chloe when I first started like looking at trans women on YouTube and shit. And bitch was like, I have a boyfriend and he loves me even when I have my beard. And I was like, okay. And then I see this girl on TikTok and she has a full fucking beard and she has beautiful B cups. And I'm just like, she's a little petite motherfucker. And I'm just like, man, like, fuck it. And sometimes, I don't know, like, even recently, I kind of felt like I've been in this, like, cross-dresser era. Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to explain this shit because you don't see cross-dressers. Cross-dressers are dying off. You know, you're not seeing that shit. We're like, they're just going to trans. They're just going straight to trans. There is no transvestic, as much transvestic appeal. Like, all those transgender people everywhere and shit, like, that's not what's going on. The reality is, we have access to the knowledge now, and so that's why they see so much of us. That's really the reason why they see so much of us. It's because we have access to the knowledge. You get what I'm saying? And through the internet, like, you find ways. I didn't even know how to find street hormones. You know what I'm saying? I literally could have bought hormones from India by now. Like, I could have done so many different things. It's just that I'm okay with this. That's kind of part of my path right now. You know? And, but yeah, I'm probably going to start buying fucking hormones from India anyways. Because everybody's doing that shit anyway, so. It's kind of crazy, but it's like, I don't even care. You know, I'm going to do that shit. It's just, it's really kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I just look at life is just so crazy. It's like, this is pretty crazy. You know, it's about to be a roller coaster. Really about the life's about to change. I'm not going to be here like the next like 2 weeks. Like, it's going to be a major change. Like, I'm leaving. If I get my job back, I'm fucking. Well, first, I'm going to basically try to get a job. I'm trying to get a job. Definitely trying to get a job. That's something I can do. You know what I'm saying? Just try to get a job. And I'm going to stay here because, you know, I'm going to save some money. If I can't get a job here, well, you know, I'm going to be trying to get a job anywhere, honestly. But if I get a job at, I'm going to go there and shit. It's going to be very scary because I don't like want to be homeless in a new city I've never been in before. That's going to be really scary. You know? So I don't know. That's going to be really scary. That's all I can say. It's going to be really fucking scary. Like, I'm going to be so fucking scared. It's not even funny. Like, oh my God. Like, I think about it sometimes and I'm just like, man, that's just some scary shit. That's why I love Austin. Like, seeing why you've never seen wild animals come after you. That shit is just the most. If y'all ever seen that video? You ever go back to that video and see that shit? When I was in Austin, I was like, I gotta leave Austin. It's not safe here. And I was just, I mean, that shit was crazy. You hear the howling and shit, the background and shit. That shit was serious. I was just like, oh hell nah. And I had with my knife on me. I was like that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and shit. I was watching clips of that shit today too. Like, yeah, the guy was out there with the grizzly and shit, like tussling and shit. Like, yeah, that shit was crazy. Type shit. Like, no. I have to surrender to it like now. Like, I have to just find a job. You know what I mean? And hopefully it works out. But I gotta be smart about it. I gotta be 007. I can't be this transgender woman that thing. I'm just walk up in this bitch and everything's gonna be fine. Like, nah. And I'm not finna be this transgender woman that say, I'm just put on a mask and like I'm not. I'm about to be Ragnar Lothbrok in that. I'm about to have the whole gear and everything. I'm about to be blacked out. You know what I mean? Diked out, basically. I'm gonna be diked out. For real. Looking like Left Eye and shit. Looking like Eve in 2000. You know what I'm saying? I'll be looking like shit, because I swear. But yeah, I think as soon as I get electrolysis, like you can really see, like if I get electrolysis, like I'll be good as fuck. Like, I'll look way more transgender than I am now. And then like I feel more comfortable to put on makeup and shit. Like, this is me with no fucking makeup, and I'm like, I'm turning heads and having niggas like come through. Like nigga, that's like it's just kind of nuts. So I'm thinking like, man, could you imagine? If I put some effort into this shit, like actually like was able to shower and all that shit, like motherfucker, man, eat a proper healthy diet and shit, and like I have energy to exercise and exercise right to the target to man, like I'd be fucking like so fucking in there. I just miss that shit, but like now I know I have to like go back, sack my bread up, you know, and probably just live in my car. That's not what I'm gonna do. I have to live in my car. A little bit. Because I don't know, like being homeless in Houston, the only reason I'm doing this is because like I said I've been here for 10 years. I could do this with my eyes closed. But like right now I know exactly where to go if I want to get some food right now. I don't want to go there though. You know? I don't want to be like this. So I'm just not. Go somewhere with some other things. I just gotta move on. More than one way. If I just get a new job, I want to level up. I also, not just also leveling up, I also want to do my own thing. So I might end up starting my own business. I might end up like getting education of some sort to level up economically or financially. And you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to live amongst fucking bad people and shit, bad vibes. And that's the thing I'm changing. And you know, here's the thing I want to put some spirituality into it. Like I don't want to call it mysticism, but I want to leave with the mysticism and shit. You know, I got to. Shit, should I smoke another one, guys? It looks so beautiful. Wow, y'all see that shit? It's like I'm just like, y'all see that shit? What the fuck? Like, yeah, saying that shit's so beautiful. Like, what the fuck? Y'all just like, you see that? That shit beautiful than a motherfucker. Like I live at, like I come from Malarian Starseed. Like, yeah, I come from fucking, look at that shit. I come from the fucking Galacula Sirius B. Nah. Shit. Like, fuck all that shit. You know? We're gonna smoke my lines because I don't want it to dry the fuck out. Let's smoke that. Watch a little more videos. We'll chill a little bit longer, guys. I think, guys, it's because, like, when this turns into a video afterwards. Okay. see, I didn't put my charger on this shit. The lighting works because they left the light on. I think honestly they left the light on because of me. You know, they don't want me over here. Yeah, this sucks. But you know, it's funny. That's why I feel like people come to Houston and stuff, all that shit. But like, I think like they allow people to be homeless because they know that we have access to things. When I was in Austin, I didn't have access to food and all that, water or anything. And then with wild animals, you know. But like here, look what I'm doing. I can kind of survive. Like it's just kind of stupid, you know. Whew. Is it weird that it gets hotter when like the sun starts to go down? It's a little bit like it gets a little bit hot as hell for a second. You start to feel the radiation like in the atmosphere, like kind of hot. I hate that. I really do hate it so much. I really wish like we didn't have that. I really wish it wasn't like that. It just feels so draining. Like you just like feel like, yeah. Right now I feel really hot. I feel laying down. That's how hot it is. Like I just feel like a heat stroke. Like give me like 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Lay down for a second. It got hot. I don't know. Radiation. They be doing that shit. Like, I swear. Like the sun go down. As soon as it go down, it's like I don't know. Everything's just like hot as fuck. And it's like it gets really hot. You gotta can feel it in the air and shit. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Jeez. Man, I'm tired. Oh. It's my pancreas. Almost like my whole body too. I think my skin would be me underneath the titty. I hate that shit. That shit's fucking aggravating. Like you motherfucker. I did mosquitoes. God damn you, I hate these fucking mosquitoes in Texas. Holy shit. You cannot defend yourself against them. Like you really can't. Is it 103? Jesus. I'll be taking the temperature and shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm from Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't. I'm gonna start saying that. I'm gonna say, you know, I'm gonna say that a lot. I'm gonna have to say that. You know, I'm gonna say that shit. Like, it's fun. I'm gonna try my best not to be that type of person, but I feel like I'm gonna be that person. Like, and it's not no shade. I'm gonna have to say no shade all the time because, like, I'm gonna be like, I don't give a fuck about how hot it is. Shit, I'm from Texas. When I say that shit, that's not no joke. Like, everybody know. Because I remember when my homie from Detroit, Michigan came down here, and I was like, man, I remember we used to go outside barefoot and shit, run around. He was like, hell nah. He was like, only people that can run outside barefoot in Texas are people from Texas. He's like, you gotta be from here to be able to do that shit. Like, I'm like, that's actually true. Because it be getting hot in the bitch. You know what I'm saying? You be outside in the concrete and it be hot as fuck, but you know how to like maneuver that shit to like go get your mail real quick or something. Like real shit. You gotta know. Only ones that ones know. You gotta know how to survive that shit. And it's so fucking hot outside. Like inside is probably just like it feels so good. Like when I go inside, I'm like, oh my god. It's like a whole nother atmosphere. I remember I used to do DoorDash and shit when I had my car and shit. And I did it in summertime. Man, that shit was crazy. It was around this time. Yeah. I remember it was so I put my air conditioning on. I was working for at least I try to work at least 8 hours a day. So I was in there for like 8 hours and like literally like my fucking shit was like fogged out. Like it was a whole other atmosphere inside the car because the air conditioning was just blowing, bro. Yeah, I remember I got out of the car and I was like, whoa, it's really hot outside. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shit was like day and night. It's kind of weird to think that, you know, like when you're homeless, you don't think about that, like in its totality. That's a whole other atmosphere with the shit. And sometimes you kind of can't even get used to it. It's a little too weird. You feel like, man, it's like an icebox in here. It's like a freezer. You know? It kind of freeze me and like preserve me or some shit. This is crazy. Oh man. Should I just vape instead of smoke? I'm too late to fucking roll up, I ain't gonna lie. I'm laying down on the ground, guys. I don't think I can fucking. And see, this is what I'm saying. This is why I stopped smoking so much weed. It's like, I don't really feel like smoking like right now. It's like, you don't have any money, you know, just keep it for like next time. And then like, you're like, okay, well, I don't have to smoke right now. And then other shit comes down and you're just like, I want to do this, I want to do that. You know? That's why I stopped like thinking about weed so much. And I'm just like, shit. I don't care about weed. You know? It's gonna cool down though. Like I don't know, the radiation is gonna fucking start to dissipate. I think it's the radiation. The radiation is gonna start to dissipate, and so you're gonna start cooling down. But probably not in the next hour. It's probably gonna just like be kind of hot and lingeringly humid. If the wind doesn't pick up or anything, for sure. Man, it sucks. I was knocked out on you guys. Oh my god. I'd love to continue this. But I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I'm gonna be getting sleepy. Or maybe just the food, maybe it's the ice. I'm so tired, guys. That heat just came in. It just, oh my god. Like my whole body just feels really hot. Like my whole body just feels really hot. Like internally almost. I feel like it's like a radiation in the air or something. It gets everything just like really fucking hot. The ground, the air is just kind of hot. I'm kind of scared though because of where I'm at. Like I usually be darn so